be like, oh look, you fight.
Yeah.
You the fighting guy.
That's the worst when somebody like wanna be the new tough guy on a team.
It's always some new dude.
It's some new guy. I'm gonna be the tough. Like with Solomon Hills, like I'm gonna be the tough guy now for the Hawks.
But you could do that. That's how you get your bread in the league.
Yeah.
If I was in the league and I'm not getting minutes, I'm the tough guy. I'm fighting.
Draymond.
Oh yeah, bro.
You know Chubb's like Draymond.
Yeah. No, I'm out. What? If I'm playing the four bench minutes, the little garbage time minutes that we got, oh yeah.
You fighting somebody?
Oh, I'm fighting. What?
Rodney.
I'm getting in, and the coach is like, look, don't foul nobody. We just trying to go home.
I'm fouling everybody.
We up 30. I'm picking them up full
0
court.
points, 0 assists, 3 fouls.
5 minutes.
2 minutes.
What the fuck are you doing?
2 minutes, 5 fouls. So I got 6.
Let's go.
I got 6 of these. I got 6 of these
You
things.
start
Hitting
hitting the ground.
You gave me
3
6.
fouls in, ready.
You gave me 6. How you gonna give me 6?
6.
You give me 6 for a 48-minute basketball game?
You said I got 3 minutes.
But I'm only playing 3 minutes.
I got 6 fouls.
Oh man, what?
I'm guarding everybody. I'm punching niggas in their stomach.
I'm guarding the ref. Time out. You think you about to go review this?
Oh,
play?
yeah. Review what? Review what?
Shit.
Review what? You ain't reviewing nothing, nigga. He thought it was sweet over here. Think it was easy reviews. I don't know where you come from.
You thought you was gonna call your friend from Secaucus?
Yeah. Yeah, call who,
Doing
nigga?
here? How did you get to this point?
This how we play it
Ain't no review.
Hey, Steve Jaffe can't help you now, bitch.
Yeah, I'm the dude. Yeah, hey, shoot for ball. I'm gonna block that shot. Nope. You miss.
Line up for the free throw. What the fuck?
You thought
Goaltend the free throw.
nothing easy.
Nothing easy.
You was about to make it. I ain't letting that happen.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, just blocks.
Hey,
You didn't watch my
real
goaltend the
quick,
free throw?
we live, baby.
We live,
live.
baby.
What's up?
Just put it out there. Just that's our opening moniker right there. Just kind of throw it out there, but keep it rolling, fellas. Like got a few little last minute things going on or whatever.
Oh yeah, we just keep talking.
We're gonna keep it on that basketball tip though when I get ready. So
Hey, you already know.
I already know what's coming, but yeah, keep it going, man. I like
that's
the energy that we got going on.
See, you know why Kwame Brown wasn't embracing the league?
Why you say that?
Because he wasn't an enforcer, and they wanted him to be.
You think so?
He never had the enforcer attitude. If Kwame Brown was Rasheed Wallace, people would love him.
He was too young though.
He was too young, and they knocked all the tough out of him. He never got the tough.
I think it's because he was skilled.
You think he was skilled?
In high school, he was skilled.
Yeah, but
In the league, they were like, "Yo, these skills are still high school level."
well, yeah.
They were like, "This don't translate."
Well, not only that, but I mean, like, you also talk about an era where big dudes' skills aren't recognized outside of the post. You know what I'm saying?
It's not. I don't think it's not recognized. I think it wasn't developed. What you need them for?
No.
You're 7 feet tall. They shoot.
But that's what I'm saying. But like,
they power forward at the best school in your city, at your Booker T. Washington or your Martin Luther King High,
yeah,
wherever. They center was 6'5".
yeah,
He was just the strongest dude on their team.
yeah.
We got the 7-foot dude.
Yeah.
I'm sliding your ass under the bucket like you got rollerblades on. I'm just laying this ball up. I ain't got to do nothing. Get under the hoop. Under.
Hey, go ahead, get on the other side of it.
They like, you don't do no like post move, like a drop step? Like,
Yeah.
No.
Drop step. What's a drop
Why do you
step?
need to?
What? I'm getting guarded by guard.
Yeah.
Fat guard.
Yeah.
What?
Hey, remember that video of Taco Fall getting guarded by that fat nigga?
Yeah. I'm getting guarded
Hold
by
up.
Kyle Lowry. You asking me where your post move?
Well, to be fair,
Who got there?
so when Bron came out, everyone in that conference was 6'4" and below. And he had this 6'8" monster, and people, the same thing. Oh, well, he played against these guys. He had it easy in high school. He didn't have no real competition because he was the biggest dude on the court.
Yeah.
So, but that translated. We've seen how that translated over.
Yeah,
LeBron had real skills.
He had real skill. He just ain't
Kwame had real big man skills. In the high school.
On little dudes, though. That's what I'm saying. You
Yeah,
can't.
Yeah.
so I
LeBron
guess you
just
can't
had
really
skills.
gauge it correctly,
Exactly. There
though.
was nobody contesting none of those shots. if it wasn't
I don't think they did him justice, man. I don't think they.
Well, they don't.
They didn't coach him up
they
properly.
didn't. You're not going to develop a player like that you want to be like a blue chipper. Like you want them to come to the league and make impact for your squad already, like off the rip.
Yeah.
If that's what you want, I'm not developing you. I don't got time. You practicing with us. We gotta practice.
Yeah.
We gotta work through.
And Jordan drafted him, so
Yeah.
we all know like his work ethic, his expectations. Like with him, you know what I'm saying. Obviously, he wasn't a coach, but player coach is MJ. He had to say who they drafted in that number one overall. He had to say. That's a lot riding on that pick as far as expectation from him.
Yeah.
And then like, nigga, if you ain't showing up in practice, Jordan was eating alive. Like he was carrying Bama's on his own team. So I feel like Jordan probably drug him too because of those expectations and his mentality.
Absolutely.
And as a high schooler, that probably weighed heavy on him.
He was too young.
Yeah.
He was too young. And
Yeah.
And Michael Jordan wanted to put the killer instinct in him, but he a 17-year-old kid. He got drafted at 17.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. It's not.
This nigga not even halfway done with puberty. You trying to put the killer instinct in him. He barely got hair on his nuts.
Brain isn't developed.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he's taking this criticism and he's taking it personal and he's internalizing this shit.
Yeah, bro.
As opposed to just being older and your brain is more developed, being say, okay, this is work.
Yeah.
And outside of that is different.
I got a simple way.
Go for it.
To change the entire trajectory of Kwame Brown's career. Act irrationally like a high school kid, right?
Yeah.
Michael Jordan bring you all this rah-rah shit. You get to the point where, like, you're boiling over, right? Like, I can't, man, like, every time I feel like I can't get no traction. Like, I can't, I can't make any steps forward. Fight him.
Fight him?
Yeah.
I'd love to see that.
But check this out. You fight him. Either you gain Michael Jordan's respect, or the franchise is like, we can't lose Michael Jordan. We stink already.
Yeah.
And we can't put asses in seats with Kwame Brown.
This is the 2004 Wizards. We're awful.
Yeah, they would do anything. Listen, in 2004,
can you imagine sending Kwame Brown to like Detroit or something?
Bro,
that would have been amazing.
And then you send him because you like, we need Jordan because Jordan don't trust this dude no more. We gotta ship him, and then you ship him to a place where they need him.
Yeah.
Or where they're gonna like utilize him, they're gonna develop him, and then that's a win-win.
Yeah.
You either gain Jordan respect and he develop you.
Yeah.
Or you piss Jordan off and he trade you.
Yeah.
Because you don't need to be there unless Jordan accepts. That's how you get him to accept. Whoop his ass.
Piss Jordan off like you rolling the dice though.
I'm with Michael Jordan's ass.
You think Michael Jordan gonna whip your ass, bro?
But also he might. Because here's
piss him off though.
Because here's the other thing. Michael Jordan got grown man strength. You a 17-year-old kid. That's a different level of. This is 40-year-old Michael Jordan.
It's like grown man strength, and then it's 7-footer strength.
Yeah, that's different.
It's 7-foot retard strength.
Not only that, just catch him slipping.
Bro,
sneak him, man. Look, nobody's gonna hold it against a 17-year-old for sneaking Michael Jordan in that situation. Everyone like, that nigga actually did it. Like,
I'm punching Michael Jordan while we listening. While we talking, the coach like, everybody take it. All right, look. Hold on a second.
So, Mike, we're gonna run the.
Like,
I had to try.
They're like,
hey, we're gonna set a back screen and
just clutch him.
He's got a clipboard in his hand.
It's gotta be the time where he's drawing something up.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna run the triangle here. All right. Now,
Kwame, the fuck are you doing?
It's just Mike and the coach like talking. He's like, look. Listen, out of this timeout, I need you to set this back screen right here
and go baseline.
We're trying to free Michael up. Hey, Kwame, come see this. All right, so we're gonna go here, and then Kwame's just walking up like, yeah, nah.
It's my time.
He's paying attention.
Bow! The clipboard go flying across the.
He knew this shit. Like they gotta win this game to make the playoffs. It's the worst possible time.
What would be okay?
Right now.
What would be more iconic, the Malice at the Palace, or Kwame Brown punching Michael Jordan in a timeout?
The Malice.
The Malice, yeah. I got
Nothing
Malice, bro.
will ever
That
top.
shit was wild.
Anything sports conflict related would never top the Malice.
I watched the
At the
Malice, and I'm
Palace.
this is wrestling.
It's pandemonium.
This is fake.
It-
It's no way it's real.
Sometimes I think about it, I just watch like, fuck, I'm gonna watch this shit real quick.
I just watched
I would just go back and
Bro.
watch the entire like 15 minutes.
You
of
just
it.
laying down.
You start watching other details like, oh, I like that drink got thrown.
Dude who's gonna drink is like,
Oh!
you gotta think of it like the Benjamin Button
I don't
logic.
want none of that smoke.
You gotta think of it like the Benjamin Button logic, where they're like, if I would have left the house at this time instead of this time,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been here for this, and then this wouldn't have happened. And
You doing the butterfly effect.
Yeah, butterfly. Yeah.
the butterfly effect. So
You
the
said
doubt-
Benjamin Button. Nigga going backwards.
That's a part of that's a part of the movie where they're
Oh,
talking about that effect. Anywho, you do that, right?
Yeah.
What if the dude just don't hit Ron Artest?
Bro, that's
He had one drink.
Bro.
here's
Was
what we
that Peyton
here-
Manning?
That's
Yo,
what we don't
yeah,
talk
but it
about.
was-
That's what we don't talk about. That was an accurate throw. That was like 60
We
feet.
don't talk
Bro,
about.
With
what I'm
beer and
With beer
fucking
in a cup.
solo cup, bro.
It hit him and spilled on him.
And it
Like,
was
bro,
still beer.
If I
in
gave
the cup.
if I gave you 100 chances to hit somebody 30 yards away
There's no
with
way.
with a cup of beer, you couldn't do
There's
it.
no way.
from
You
like
can't
from
do it.
40 rows up.
You can't do
My
it.
man's facial expression to not get hit. He was like, my word. Bro, I was like, no. It's him. Like, oh, shit. Boom.
Listen,
That's why Stephen Jackson.
okay, but was Ron Artest in the wrong for that?
Hell no.
No.
Thank you.
Nah,
Yo,
bro.
They tried to make it to a criminal for that.
He had just gotten roughed up by Ben Wallace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ron Artest, of all people, walked
He
away.
went to go meditate.
And
laid
laid
on
down.
the Taurus table and was like, all right.
I'm like, ah, come on.
They not finna get me on my character.
And then this
today.
nigga from the 50-yard line throws a fucking
Bruh.
Hail Mary.
Miller Light, bro.
Wasn't even
It
good beer.
It didn't even spill a drop. It was like floating like this.
Did it have a lid on it?
It had like cylindrical force on it to stay all in there.
Baseball accuracy,
You
bro.
throw that.
This shit
from-
came out.
You throw that from 20
Came
rows
back in.
up. It dropped. The liquid wasn't escaping on the way. It just stayed.
They can't even do that on Dude Perfect. They
Beautiful
couldn't
rotation.
recreate it.
Beautiful rotation.
It was perfect.
This
It
is why
was
Mythbusters
perfect.
should still exist.
Huh?
Let's do it.
Mythbusters?
Bring him back.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Tell me.
It was fake.
That was fake.
It was fake.
This was a hoax.
This was-
They put saran wrap inside the shit.
Jamie,
And
run it
they
back,
kept,
Jamie.
They kept the water. Hey, Jamie,
Run it back, Jamie.
throw it with a bigger cup. Maybe we try a bigger cup.
Yeah.
Maybe Chili's cup.
So what you're saying?
with a to-go lid.
So you're saying this was a conspiracy?
Conspiracy.
No.
You gotta be.
The beer was
There's
frozen
no
at the
way.
bottom.
It's a
There was
conspiracy.
any type of
beer was
top on
frozen
that.
at the
Did you
bottom.
hear?
It was a
The beer was frozen at the bottom.
There's
It's
no
a
way.
conspiracy.
Yo,
This is what happened.
yo,
They were trying to deplete the image of the black man once again. So what they did was they faked the beer cup throw that no one could hit, and then somebody just came over the side and tipped it up.
See ya.
He was on the scores table.
Opportunity.
Somebody caught it with the morph suit.
Yeah,
on.
and then, yeah.
that nigga had the whole green suit on, so they just edited him out.
Yeah. You couldn't see it on TV.
All he did was he walked from the 10th row with the beer dropped that fast.
Yeah, like a boom cup. A boom cup. Like on a boom.
That's why old dude was surprised because he was like, "Who did it?"
He
"Oh,
was
it wasn't
serious.
me. It was the green suit dude. NASA. It wasn't me.
Out of all people.
Did you see how far you ran up to get
That's,
That nigga was like,
that's why I love his face expression. He knew he fucked up. He was like, oh no.
40 people?
He was like, no.
Hold on. And the fact that Artest didn't even use stairs, he just climbed over chairs.
Stepped over people and said,
Listen,
They made, I gotta
listen.
say, my man was like, no.
Ron Artest,
Hit him with the palm bearer.
Ron Artest could be the greatest rock climber of all time if he wanted to be, man. Yeah, man, Ron.
That nigga with the Hulk, ye heathen. Like, he was so surprised.
No, I wasn't me. It was the green suit dude. You didn't see him? It was the morph suit. You didn't see him?
How was nobody there though?
What?
if you think about it, all those occupied
They
seats,
were empty.
how quick do people don't be getting up like that, bro. We be seeing all kind of conflict. This is just Ron Artest.
Yeah. Nah.
We've seen some
He
crazy.
didn't push nobody
Listen,
out the way or nothing. It was-
bro,
They got out. They
nobody-
knew he was coming. They was like,
See,
that's
right,
what I
they
said.
set up.
oh.
They was like, come on, kids, get the fuck out of here.
Because I seen that number in that
Hey,
jersey. I'm like, hey.
Hey,
Buddy
Who's that
nachos.
one?
Everybody get up.
put your nachos down. Y'all seen the fire drill before?
Hell yeah.
People get out that fast?
No, there's no way.
Never.
There's no way.
Okay.
That's what they should
There's
do
no
instead. That's what they should do in elementary schools. Have Ron Artest
Ron
come through.
Artest running down.
You're like, oh shit.
It's a fire. Oh, really? Ron Artest.
Get the fuck out.
Hey, we gotta go.
We got
I don't know, man. It's that whole Malice was just.
That's just so hard to believe.
There was a man in a green suit.
Ron couldn't see it. He was.
Bro. That was
And who sold Buddy out?
that's 20.
Like,
Somebody
Hey,
did something
somebody
about it.
no,
sold
somebody
Buddy
had
out.
the point.
No,
Bro,
no,
somebody
no.
had the point,
Somebody had
bro.
to. That's
Listen,
why I went
no,
to who?
the same point. Nobody's getting out that quick. These niggas stayed. They wanted to see. They was just like,
They were trying to be, my
They
boy
was
with
like-
the Paul Bearer face.
You think?
yeah.
Like,
Do you
he
think
sold
knew
it.
his ass?
But it was like, how could this have been me?
There's no
Like,
way.
no, you the only one that didn't run.
So
and then
therefore,
your friend, he was bluffing with you
Yeah.
for a couple seconds, and then he was like,
Y'all over here laughing. That's
like-
what he said.
he was like, hey, we didn't do it. Okay, it was him. It was him.
Yeah, bro.
Come on, Ronnie.
And he got three.
Ronnie,
He got 3 rows
was
up.
like,
he said,
you
hey,
know what?
Look,
Y'all motherfuckers over here laughing.
and
Somebody finna get these.
that's why I was
That
so.
was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life.
That's why I was so
Didn't
happy that
Jermaine
Steven
O'Neal
Jackson was there.
destroy somebody on the floor.
First
Well, that's
of all,
not talk about that.
the greatest
Because
punch.
the guy thought he was with it. Like, yeah.
But he
And
stood
got
up, was
hit
like-
and leveled
Hey,
his
bruh.
ass. That joke was the most.
I've never seen somebody, boxing, UFC, or otherwise,
But he
get
wound
punched
it
and
back.
hit with the entire arm. That nigga Jermaine O'Neal hit him with the fist, and then
Remember
his
the
face
slow-mo,
just
that joke would've been
slid
like
all the way up his elbow.
Jermaine
He
O'Neal
like
had
that man
spit.
nose, eyes, everything.
Jermaine O'Neal had spit all the way to his tricep.
He tried back up like, what? Did he hit you at middle light? That must have been his man.
Yeah, this was his homie.
I'm telling you, if he hadn't have slipped, that dude would have died. That dude would
No, because he slipped is why he died.
have.
Because Jermaine O'Neal would have probably got to it and punched him. He stepped and planted the punch, and he stepped in that same Miller Lite. That boy slid. It was like I'm getting closer and getting closer. Punched him with the whole arm. Punched that man through his head. I ain't never seen that before.
Hey, listen.
That shit was crazy.
Hey, you think those guys got season tickets for life though?
No, they got
They got banned from all
they can't
NBA.
watch basketball at home.
Yeah.
If you get punched, if Ron Artest punched you in the
It just
face,
say, no, hey, this was blacked out.
you
in
know,
your region.
hey, listen.
This is lead NBA logo up on there. Just,
You know what you
taking
did.
it.
You know what you did.
We'll be back momentarily.
You
They're not coming back. No.
you gonna watch his friend the game at his friend's house? His TV turned NBA logo too.
Hey, man.
Nah, but you don't think you should get season tickets if you get punched?
No.
Why are you on the floor anyway?
Why are you
in
trying to
all this
buy 'em?
commotion?
Yeah.
You deserve the
Listen,
punch.
you didn't throw nothing. Why were you willing to square up with 7-foot Jermaine O'Neal? Were you just mad?
Yeah, he really was. He was
Hey man,
Yeah, he was
you
like,
can't square up
he was
like-
like, you talking about me?
in an aisle,
Oh,
you gonna square up,
Watch feet.
Bro, what are you doing?
square up between the popcorn and the chicken tenders.
He was ready. He just didn't know where to start. He was like, "Are we wrestling?
He was
Like,
not ready.
Can we grab each other?
Are we tussling?
Knuckle to
Are we
face
tussling right now?
Very distinct sound.
You say go, I say go.
Yeah, like,
Jermaine was like, no.
I ain't trying to tussle.
It's too late, son.
I'll reach you.
Yeah. Don't worry, son.
Oh my god.
You're done.
nigga, that reach difference. You know, I wish somebody would have came up with like that little UFC stat line, like Jermaine O'Neal, that nigga. They measure their arm.
Yeah.
That nigga reached.
The tail of the tape. Yeah. You got 7-foot
And
Jermaine.
somebody in the background, I think the reach is going to be the biggest advantage there all night.
92 reach advantage. Jermaine O'Neal was like 245 pounds. Dude was 165.
Dude, and Frumpy, he was
Yeah.
like 5'5".
This is Carlos Stevenson. 5'4", 185
You're a
pounds.
local paralegal.
Yeah.
had no business. I don't know. I was. Well, how
I
many?
couldn't believe it was even going on.
How many of y'all was actually watching the game? Like,
Yeah,
I
was
was.
watching the action.
I was
I saw
watching the
the-
game.
I saw a sports center
Yeah.
next morning.
The bad thing about watching the game is like when you're watching it, and correct me if I'm wrong, like they didn't have all the angles because they were trying to like, oh, we can't show this, but like, look, but like, hey, like, hey, we can't show this, yeah, we can't show this.
Yeah.
Like they was replaying it, like they was reviewing the flagrant or something.
Yeah.
Bro, they tried to go to commercial break like 3 or 4 times, and they like, we'll go to commercial, but they still in here fucking.
It was too much. It was too much going on. That's why they kept the cameras rolling. They broke away.
Yeah.
I was just like, this is not real.
No,
Like,
it
no
didn't
way.
make it.
It was WWE for real, bro.
This was wrestling.
It didn't make sense. Like
That shit was wild, bro.
the
I couldn't
on
believe
court
that.
shit was like, all right, getting a little chippy. Indiana's beating Detroit's ass right now. Cool, I get it. That happens late
That
game.
team was good, man.
With the
Which
Indiana
one?
team?
Detroit, the Indiana team?
Both teams.
I mean, both teams.
Both
I
teams
mean,
are good.
We know
Detroit won that
was
year.
already,
Yeah,
like,
that's the 04 Detroit team. Yeah, they were a good team.
But
Detroit
that,
was already
that Indiana
solidified.
team.
Indiana
What?
team
Wait,
was good,
wasn't that an upset too? Did Detroit beat Indiana? Was an upset, wasn't it?
I don't even remember.
I
what
can't remember.
Detroit was winning games like 72-68, bro.
Yeah, bro.
That was a whole different
defense.
defense
was
with shit.
absurd.
That was insane.
Chauncey Billups was like the game high every night with 16 points.
It was 1940s basketball where you could only
15.
Yeah, I'm like,
6.
they're like, woo.
Player of the game,
Take
Chauncey.
it.
Yeah, bro.
Tayshaun Prince had 8, 8, and 8.
making all-star games.
Tayshaun Prince with another triple single.
Yeah. Ben Wallace with a career high of 12. Yeah.
12, not points, blocks. 12 blocks.
12 points and 12 blocks.
12 blocks, 0 for 4 from the field.
12 steals and 12 assists.
Bro, Ben
Yo,
Wallace.
that was the meaning of defense right there.
Defense
That
was-
team.
Bro, I've never seen basketball.
Ridiculously slender man arms.
Bro, he the only nigga I know that can tie his shoes standing up.
Standing straight up. No
Straight
back
up,
bend,
just-
Go in you.
no hip bend. Yeah, just get my right shoe, my left shoe.
Yeah.
All right, nigga.
Tighten up.
Good. All right,
Tighten up.
good.
Let's go.
Yeah, that nigga, he was crazy. That team was Rip. Oh, Rip.
They knew everybody's strengths and they played.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said we can't score no kind of points.
It's because that team was like Voltron.
but
It was
they
like
had
nobody was great
scorers,
at
though.
anything.
They did. But,
Well, they had Chauncey was a scorer.
Chauncey was a
Chauncey
scorer.
scored.
Rip,
Chauncey was a scorer.
Rip had the
He-
best,
he was.
Rip could score.
the best mid-range jumper in the league by far.
He
At the
Like,
time.
that just because I don't know.
He was doing that off of pure like off ball action.
yeah,
Like-
no, he was
Like if,
off
like
ball.
If,
Oh, yeah.
Steph Curry was running around just to shoot 10-footers, we wouldn't watch this no more. We wouldn't watch it
That's
at
But
all.
it's the consistency.
It was the
of
same
that's-
movement.
that's fair.
Yeah, it was the same movement.
Yeah.
Yeah, just running. Let me,
It's
let
like-
me get this 10-footer.
It's like
Boom.
Steph, Reggie, even Bill now
Yeah.
does it, but he's better off the ball. He can create his own
Bill-
shot.
Bill
But
who?
like Reggie,
Bill
Steph,
He could create his own
they
shot.
all off screens. They're constantly
Yeah.
moving.
It's just not. He was running
Wait,
track.
Bill who?
Bill,
You said Bill?
Bill. I mean Bill.
Oh,
my bad.
Bill. Okay, I was
Bill.
like, who the fuck is Bill? I
Not
don't know
my
Bills
bad.
in the league.
Bill
I'm
Russell?
trying to go. I'm going through the Rolodex of players.
Bill Russell, bro?
I'm like, yeah.
Somebody
Bill
Ross-
Lambier.
I thought you was talking about Bill Russell, but I was like, ooh, he went back for that one. He left me.
Bill Russell ain't coming off.
He left me, bro. I was like, oh,
Bill
damn.
Russell did around.
I'm about to be like this.
I gotta go back and
Gotta
watch
get some stats.
Bill Russell played picture basketball, so we can't count that.
Yeah, bro.
That's what some homie told me at the
Picture?
barbershop yesterday. He was talking about what's buddy name? Rocky Marciano.
Yeah.
He said, "You talking about picture boxing?" He said, "You seen any of them box? We seen pictures."
Kadoosh.
He said, "We not talking about."
Is that a TikTok video?
That's it. That's
Hey,
it.
it's
That's
like-
tonight.
The thriller in Manila.
It's the flip books.
It's
Until you
80
start
press.
getting into the
80 press niggas.
said,
One
"No,
picture. Everybody else writing this shit down.
I bought
The
6
one nigga
balls.
got a photograph.
Look, picture basketball for real is just Wilt holding 100. He told you he scored 100. I don't know.
We ain't see
I
it.
just see the picture.
We didn't see it, but we got
They got
the
a-
picture after.
They got a picture of the game that say he scored 100.
And
They got it with at least
They got
50,
50
50, like
they can land on the moon, but we can't get a
they got 50
we
steals.
don't get
decent
no.
basketball.
Y'all
What the fuck
see?
is going on?
I ain't never
One
seen
picture.
Bill Russell run in my life.
You right though.
Small step.
You're right.
Where's this 100-point game at? Fuck this
Bro,
moon in the moon.
hey,
One picture.
Oh man, you know, oh man, there wasn't even no film in here. You can just turn the shit over.
Muhammad Ali the same
man,
way.
I forgot the
The
shit.
one picture where he just standing over somebody like this. You're like, where's the other angles,
Bro.
Something weird.
There's other people in here.
I've never seen this fight. Like, I've heard about
And then
it.
when you finally see, like, wasn't that great of a ball.
Bro.
You're not the guy that.
Hey, listen. Hey, you think they was trolling? Like, you think like they was just like, hey, we gonna fuck with niggas in the future? Like, hey, Bill, hey, Will, hold on this 100 real quick, and they gonna think you scored 100. Yeah.
Yo, they gave him the Babe Ruth.
Nobody want to celebrate this shit.
They gave him the Babe Ruth. Babe, you're the best.
No
400, buddy.
Nobody. It's just in the gym. It's empty.
Kobe was breaking his ass to score 82, bro. Kobe was doing everything. He couldn't score 100,
That's
bro.
to be fair. That's to be fair. Back at that time, though,
It was,
Listen,
it
listen.
was- it
look,
was
Wilt
one-
Chamberlain
listen,
was the equivalent of playing the Washington Generals in each game.
It wasn't
It
his
was
fault that he
100
was genetically. His parents, his
Yo,
genetic gene. That's not his fault. Hey, motherfucker
He's a Harlem
Fucking-
Globetrotter.
I thought they was doing something
but let's
with the
say
one.
Jerry West though. It was hard to guard him. He was shooting for down there half court.
That was
I mean, there were-
100.
Look, there were
100
anomalies in the
There you
league.
go.
That was,
This is
listen,
what it
that
is.
was 100 points.
Bro.
We haven't seen one score.
We ain't seen,
No,
we
I
ain't
didn't
seen a
need
bucket.
I didn't need the whole quarter. I don't need the YouTube highlights. I don't need nothing.
36.
I just need get 30 seconds of you running down the court and laying the ball up. You scored 100 fucking
Listen,
times.
listen.
You was playing
Glass a little
against.
bit. Let me see something.
Bruh,
If I had a
Fisher
time
Price.
machine, if I had a time machine, that's where I go
Price
watch.
goals.
that's 100 points. No,
You gonna go to an
no
empty gym
threes.
with him holding it down? You gonna get like, hey, Bill.
That's what I'm saying. If I, yeah, exactly.
What you doing?
If I had a time machine, I'd go back and watch all 100 Wilt Chamberlain
watch
sports and film it on an iPhone. That's what I do.
Bill was the nigga
I'm
who said
gonna
the
come
first
back in
something.
a cold sweat. I'm gonna say it was a lie, guys.
Yeah, it was only 78.
I counted every point.
Yeah,
They were counting.
I had the box
hold
score.
on, hold on.
They were counting free
I
throws. as
feel like,
threes.
wait, hold on. Are we getting history wrong right now?
What are you talking
We keep
about?
saying Bill, but that was Wilt.
Yeah, Will.
Well,
was
he
Will.
knows what
We
Bill
saying
said.
we saying picture basketball.
Who you talking-
Back in the day when we got all
They
these,
say-
You only got one picture from one event.
all these legends. Y'all play 82
I remember
games.
this when he dunked on me. It's a
Yeah,
picture, motherfucker.
yeah, it's like a picture. What?
It's
Nigga was on the
Living from
trampoline.
that
They didn't get that in the picture.
Jackie
There's
Robinson
always a
got like
bright
3
flash
pictures.
around. Nobody in the game. You see, nigga,
Jackie Robinson got that one picture. Them white dudes patting him on the
look,
back.
it was
That's
the
about it.
one way he was
They
signing
said,
day.
"Hey, Jackie."
Signing day picture.
That's it.
I got black friends.
Yeah.
That's what that said.
That was the first I got black. Hey, we love you, Blackie. That's what that was.
2 minutes later. Hey. I'm not going to see any work.
Hey. Get that nigger out of here.
They said
take a shower with me, buddy?
yeah.
All right. No colors in the washroom now. All right.
I can cool while you're swinging the bat, buddy.
I know, right?
Hey, buddy, listen.
While I'm washing my bat, no way. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, look at that.
You got me, Jackie.
That Negro, that mongrel thing in my face.
Come on, Jackie.
Come on, Jackie. Come on.
Jackie,
Can't be in here. Look at this guy.
Come on,
Jackie,
come
let's not act new.
It's not a color.
It's not a color thing,
No,
man.
we're not
It's
doing
just
that.
the fact of the matter.
Jackie,
Would
you
never
know,
bring it up, Jackie.
Jackie, you know you wash outside, Jackie. Come on,
Watch
Jackie.
outside.
Come
What
on,
are you,
Jackie.
some sort of
Come on,
Neanderthal?
I'm
What is that thing?
Jackie, let's go.
Yeah, Jackie, come on. Listen, if you need me to hose you down, just ask.
Just say something.
You can't shower next
You got
to
the
me.
bad
bud.
boy. He's got the hose for you. Jackie, you know how it goes. Come on.
Yeah, hey, listen.
Come on, Jackie.
Jackie, I don't make the rules, man. What's that
Swing
sign
away.
say?
Swing away.
If the sign said whites and color, Jackie, I'd have no
Hey.
problem.
It's not me, Jackie.
It says
It's
whites
not me,
only.
baby.
Whites
It's not
only.
me,
I
baby.
didn't make the
Hey,
sign.
Sammy Davis. It's not me, baby.
It's not me, baby.
I don't park in the handicap, Jackie.
Yeah.
Hey, Jackie,
You know
it's
what
a
I'm
sign.
saying?
See the sign?
You gotta
So let's all just
Respect the
abide by-
signs.
Respect
Respect
the
the
signs,
signs.
Respect
Hey,
the
listen.
signs.
Speedster. Respect the signs. All right.
Jackie, I didn't put it there.
Hey, listen,
It's
Speedy.
not me.
You see me coming to an all blacks event.
It's not my system.
It's not
Hey,
a sign.
Jackie, I love Soul Train. All right.
They always got to quantify their love for blacks with something black related. Like, look. I eat fried chicken.
I love Sammy
every
Davis.
Wednesday. Okay, I love it just as much as you guys.
I've got all the James Brown records.
Look, my nanny.
Chicken is fucking delicious.
Look,
I've got all the James
Hey, you put a
Browns.
little gravy on it. Look, tried it with gravy.
When I grew up, my baby was black. When I grew up, my baby was black.
I
And
had a black mammy.
I loved her. I loved her to death.
I had a black mammy.
Her name was Jemima. I loved her.
Happens all the time, Jackie.
I had a black mammy.
Yeah, the guy who cuts our grass is black. Come on, Jackie.
Jackie.
Come on,
Can't get no
Jackie.
closer to
How am I
the
racist?
grass.
How am I
The
racist?
grass,
Me
Jackie.
racist?
Me?
I'm just reading the signs, Jackie.
Yeah, Jack, you see the signs.
I respect the signs.
Now listen,
If it
that
says no drinking, Jackie, it's
Yeah.
no drinking.
I don't make the law, Jackie.
yeah.
Love ya.
Now listen, that Ella Fitzgerald, real pretty for a color gal. I'll tell you that.
Gal.
I'll tell you that. Real pretty for a color
Gotta
gal.
justify it. Real pretty.
Real for a color girl.
Listen.
Yeah.
The horn? But
Hey.
signs are signs.
Yeah,
We're not
signs.
gonna let Lena Horn just run in here.
Yeah.
Take a Lena Horne piss in the White's bathroom. Come on now. On my face, maybe, but not on the White's bathroom.
Jeez,
Not happening, sir. Look, hold
Hey,
on.
don't tell my wife, Jackie. That was a joke. That was a joke, Jackster. Don't tell my wife. Don't fucking ruin me, buddy.
Yeah, he said, make you on my face.
Look, I let Lena Horne shit in my mouth, but not in the color's bathroom. You know, like,
Hey,
let the
hey,
White's
hey,
bathroom.
Hey,
You can't. I see.
No.
I let it ride. I was like, you know what?
Pump,
that sounds like something
pump,
that
pump,
somebody
pump,
would say though.
Pump,
hell
pump it down.
I can't pump it down, bro. I'm up now. I'm up now.
Can't let me know on White's bathroom. But
Listen, in my mouth. Different story.
Jack, go.
Later on.
Listen,
First
for colors.
First topic.
Hey, listen.
still out.
First topic.
Listen. This mouth.
This shit went everywhere.
Look, right. All right, look.
This shit went to fucking basketball to Jackie Robinson.
Look.
We all over the place.
Bro,
Started with Kwame Brown.
Kwame.
And then we got hit with the,
love of God, we were talking about Kwame Brown.
But now we got time machines.
Listen.
Oh, Amazon.
Peeing on people.
Amazon. Yeah.
We definitely flew off. But look, real quick, fellas, man, because we got to rock on. We got a couple other things to talk about. So we talking about the past. We talking about racism. We talking about science and all this type of wild shit. Quick question, throw it out there. What is
I'm
one
just
of the
gonna
most
say-
iconic symbols from that era as it relates to racism and towards blacks and things like that? What first thing that comes to mind?
Noose for 500.
Ooh, look at the segue. Look at the segue. Look at the segue.
Alex Trebek would be proud. Wait, no. He wouldn't get it because he didn't say
What is?
what is. He didn't propose it in the form of a question, sir. Sorry about that. Right answer.
Play the one.
Wrong delivery. But absolutely right. Nooses.
Nooses.
Nooses. So, man, crazy. We all know about how amazing the world of Amazon is right now and how it's made everything for everybody 10 times easier, right? Is it still believable that there are still vestiges of racism kind of happening within this utopia that what's Jeff Bezos? Yeah, Jeff Bezos created, right?
Yeah.
You gotta put it in. Where was the location of this Amazon place?
Okay, so the story comes out. For those of you all who are unaware, man, 7 nooses since April 27th have been found in a new Amazon location in Connecticut. So the site is under construction.
That's what I said. That's what I said.
Racism and what else is? Was it 7 and 1? What the
7 at this one construction site.
So whoever it is clearly an employee.
Clearly,
It must have bought that
one up. So
Oh, it's being built. It's being built.
it's under construction. Yeah,
Oh, it's a construction
but but the thing is, like you said, there's an employee though. One of the nooses was found during lunch. So when everyone left the area, one was hung at that time. So it's not like this is all being done behind the scenes or after hours or before. No, this is happening during their work day.
Question before we go any further: are we actually surprised?
I mean, it's Connecticut.
I just want to know.
It's Connecticut.
Connecticut.
You come, man. Come and walk. I'm joking.
He's like,
We had the same conversation
I'm
where
surprised.
It's 6 black people.
I'm surprised.
In Connecticut. Yeah.
They play for the UConn men's basketball team,
That's why I said. That's why I said.
and that's it.
How can you be How can you be racist in Connecticut? You already got away from all the black people.
I got
You
that.
already moved away.
It's no presence.
How many black people are building things at construction
Just
sites, any state, anywhere in 2021?
He said, yeah. In Connecticut,
No,
specifically.
no hablo inglés, señor.
Yeah,
No comprehendo.
like, listen,
They're like, what the fuck is this?
listen. Maybe it's just a Mexican. It might just listen. Imagine if it's just a.
Oh, all right.
Wait, what if it's just what if it's just a Mexican dude and that's the only knot he knows how to tie, and they just keep. It's a Mexican dude and he just keep trying to make. Yeah, like, he just come around niggas taking pictures of his knots. And what the fuck is this? I don't know. I don't know what this is wrong. I trying to make a pull down. What the fuck? Yeah. It's a random Mexican dude. He only know how to tie nooses. Like
Really?
he
That's
don't know
what it
like the
is?
foreign hands.
So he's hanging his lunch up there to keep away from bears and shit.
Hey.
Like, what are we talking about? No,
It's a Laredo necktie, and everybody tripping on
That's
that.
what I'm saying. It's a Laredo necktie. He making a bolo tie, and niggas is mad. Like, what the fuck?
he is confused.
With some sack potatoes as pants then if he's wearing that. That's what I'm thinking now. Like he took the sack they put potatoes in and made pants.
I'm just saying,
working in.
y'all are like assuming it's like some random white racist motherfucker. Could
What are
just
you
be a Mex-
basing? Okay, what are you basing this
I have-
perspective on? What is your basis for this?
The perspective is I have no evidence that it is a white dude. It
Well,
might
we
just-
didn't say white. No one said white. It was a white guy.
Well,
Yeah,
It's just the
listen.
symbol.
If nobody knows who it is, right?
okay,
That means it's a target, right?
Yeah.
If it's some kind of racial connotation to it,
This one,
it has to be a target, right?
yeah.
What's the fucking target?
yeah, there's no,
Demographic, that's what I'm saying.
there's no black dudes.
Who is
It's not-
building on the
it's-
construction site?
And look, and I know it's not one of those situations where it's like Delaware. If you're from the South, look, if you're from the South, and somebody tells you like, "Hey, man, I seen some racist shit in Delaware," and you like, "Man, what? Like,
Hey, shut
racist
up.
shit in Delaware? Like, shut up, bruh." But then if you go to Delaware and you're like, "Oh, this is like 80% black people. Why are y'all here?" I don't understand.
Yeah.
That's not the same way in Connecticut. In Connecticut, it's no black people.
Yeah, yeah.
Listen,
Delaware got a whole HBCU, which is crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
That's insane.
Delaware State.
But that doesn't
Shout out to him.
make sense to people outside of that realm.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe we're being insensitive, and maybe it's a whole huge population of black people in Connecticut. But if it's one dude, and you out here trying to run the one dude out of the plant so y'all can keep it
You're
the one
an asshole,
black
bro.
foreman dude.
You're an
The
asshole.
one black dude
what is
pouring
happening?
concrete.
That's why I do it in London.
Like, shit, dog.
I don't be like, man.
What the fuck is Delaware? Like,
He said I just got here.
Amber. Dog.
Hey, shout out
to
Amber. Shout out
What's up?
Amber for joining. What the fuck is Delaware?
They say Connecticut. I was like,
That's what I'm
The
saying.
one black
can't
It
be-
doesn't make
I'm not saying
sense.
Kimber Walker.
Yeah,
That's
was-
everything I. You
There's
guys
no-
everything
hey,
I can
who
do.
Because it's under
who is-
construction,
who
there's
is black
no
on that team?
cameras and nothing like that. So they don't
On the
know.
UConn team now?
No. When Kimball was there,
Who was black on the UConn team?
They did it at the right time.
they had Adam Morrison. as
It
a
could have
star.
been anyone. It could have been a black dude for that
It's
one.
one black dude. It's probably one black dude doing electrical, and he has no idea what the fuck's going on.
You probably reading the paper.
He doesn't even eat lunch.
He
there.
read the article like, damn, this is happening.
He comes in there for 2 hours a day,
Exactly.
runs some wires
Just
and
doing his
bounces.
copper electrical shit, doing this shit real quick.
He said, "This is
I'm out.
People
He
walking
said,
up
"This
to him,
is
"Are you
insane."
okay?"
I work
Exactly.
He like, what the fuck you talking about? Are you okay?
Have you?
I live an hour away. What?
How's your
going on?
family doing?
I don't know what's going on right now.
What's really upsetting is we gotta talk about how the noose is no longer a valid knot. That sucks. That sucks for the noose.
Shit sucks.
That sucks for the noose. You know what I'm saying?
Hold
The
on.
noose didn't have
You're
to be
giving,
racist.
You're giving
Dudes get tied
life
up later, right? Like,
to an inanimate.
I'm saying.
No. Hold
I'm
on,
saying.
Hold on.
Hear him out.
Okay,
Listen,
go ahead.
let me talk. Let me talk.
The news?
I need to hear this.
The noose
I gotta
didn't
hear
have-
this.
the
Didn't
noose-
ask for this.
Oh, okay. First of all, that noose was invented as a hangman's noose. It was just meant for anybody. It was smoke for anybody who was who needed to die. Number one.
won-
Okay, hold on. Sit on that.
Yeah.
Remember what you said.
Yeah. But also,
It was
but also,
used to what? To what?
But also,
A hangman's noose was for
any way we trying to get the smoke.
hanging humans.
Yes,
Continue.
but also, but also, it's a valid nod. It's a valid nod.
What?
You go to Boy
You don't
Scouts
use it
and they be like,
They are sturdy.
You don't use it
Hold on.
at the pier. You don't use it on the docks. Fishermen don't use it. Who is using?
first of all, yeah.
Check this out.
Ask any fisherman if they're using a new snot. They'll tell you.
They use
that's
the
just-
fisherman's knot.
That's they're using
Well,
a
but
fisherman's
that-
knot.
But that's
You
because they're
came
not racist.
From Hangsman Town. If you came from Hangsman Town, now you on the boat.
Yeah, I'm saying, you a hangman. Yeah.
Hey man, I know this knot. Y'all might
All
not
right,
be
all
aware
right.
of.
Listen. Let's be real. Let's be real. How many knots y'all know? How many knots do y'all know?
Tie my shoe.
Hey, so
Y'all might know like 2 knots. Every nigga know like 2 knots.
remember what he's saying.
So if one of your knots that you know just happens to be a noose, you gonna use that noose.
That's weird.
All right, so check this out.
But
Right?
that's-
Cool.
Think about what he's
Hey,
saying.
listen.
Like,
Man,
Hey.
my nigga fucking with me.
Like,
Thank
Hey,
you.
listen.
Like if that's all you know,
You just
Listen.
know how to tie
you're not looking
nooses.
at it as a
Think-
man
think
for one
about-
racist or kill anybody. You need to tie a fucking knot. Only knot you know how to tie is this fucking knot. What you gonna do?
Okay, wait, hold on.
No,
Go ahead.
Give me-
Go ahead.
Nothing wrong
Because
with
I
that
hear what
Laredo
y'all saying. Cool. I kind of understand that, but I got a caveat. But I'm gonna let my man OJ.
You hear what he's saying.
I got bad opinions on
This
this.
is an awful one. You remember because I asked before this. I said, "What's a bad opinion?" I'm out here.
You
being
found
like-
one.
No, I found one. It exists. Listen, if we all can say the only knot that we know how to tie, like just off the bat in your sleep, is your shoes. Just
Yeah,
a bow,
yeah.
Right. So if you were trying to tie something down to your home in a hurricane situation, you was trying to tie something down to the truck. You trying to do some shit like that? Are you gonna fucking tie a bow? No, you're
Yeah.
not. You know that knot is not for you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna fucking knot this
You just
until I
start
feel,
looping shit.
until I
and
feel
we're-
comfortable.
Yeah.
So you just gonna tie a loop that'll tighten at any time. What if I want to let it? Listen, that don't make sense. If a noose knot is what you know,
Yeah.
you still know how to tie a bow. You still know how to tie other.
But it
knots.
might not be valid for the job
So
site.
what's valid for the listen,
job site?
Listen,
What if you tie your shoes with
in
a
the-
noose?
in the bubble? Yeah.
See, now you
ignorance.
just.
So check
you're
this
off
out.
the rails. At
Check this out.
No
The
way.
Bubba Wallace
Hey,
situation.
I got to pump it down.
The Bubba Wallace situation. The noose. Everybody's like, hey, this is a pull down.
That right.
What
right.
would happen if you pulled that down? It would tighten, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
It's a
Right.
noose. If you pull it down, it's going to get a little tighter. Why would I need that? I'm trying to pull the garage door down, and I want my hand to get stuck in there every fucking time?
Yeah.
No.
Valid.
I'm going to just try a fucking random knot. I just lead a rope.
First of
Just
all,
lay the rope.
you just
Why
do I- Monkey ball.
Yeah, you
Why
know.
The monkey ball. The monkey ball, the best knot.
Nigga just be like,
You just need exactly. It doesn't.
So why?
That's a very, to me, my opinion. That's a very specific.
That knot has a very
It is.
a very specific function.
she says bunny ears. Noose. That's all she know how to tie. See, Amber only know 2 knots.
Yeah.
Amber, why do you know how to tie this noose?
Hey,
And I
Amber, talk
guarantee
to him.
she don't know how to tie one.
Okay.
She just knows about a new
of the
snot.
knot.
He's
Listen,
like-
I understand. We
I-
all
look.
know of the knot. We aren't all in the Navy.
Yeah, bro. It might have been Mexican
Mexican.
dude.
Laredo necktie.
It's not a hangman's knot, but a hangman's ropes. Hangman's ropes, I mean, they're used for probably hangman's knot.
I'm finna look up monkey paw.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It says sick people will wrap ropes around their heads as a cure for headaches and fevers.
Yeah, what if somebody was just trying to cure their headache? What if they just got migraines?
I feel like y'all reaching.
It said
Like,
it was popular
what's
among
that space?
gamblers
might be a
and
Mexican.
look, it said it was popular
If it was
among
a Mexican, they would've-
gamblers and carsmen, many of whom believe that owning a piece of noose would keep them in cards.
Cards.
Yeah, cards.
Yeah, not cars. I thought you said
And
cars.
Keeping having a piece of the noose would keep them in good standings with Lady Luck.
See?
Be weird. But
You never know.
This was back in the day.
This help you for a pull down, right? Like I'm trying to pull something.
A little something you can-
Yeah, just something I can.
That makes
That's
sense.
not gonna be good enough. You know, I want my hand to get tightened when I pull something down.
As long as we're on the same page.
Okay.
That's all I know.
What?
I'm not. It's not that there was nothing in the article that indicated that it was
They
Mexican,
definitely wanted to smack it.
white.
They said the noose was made to hang They would have wrapped that rope in foil first.
Yo, what? Ew. Now that's racist. Whoa. I'm just fucking with you.
Whoa. Welcome. Black Couch is back, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, get the mic on the black
Casting
couch.
Couch is back, ladies and gentlemen.
He said, I'm out, bro.
Oh, shit. Wow. Wow. The Black Couch is back, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, Amber said, what's the knot you make when you tie the bread? That's called you spin that shit and you just tuck it under that motherfucker. I don't.
It's that bread tie.
That's that bread tie.
That's not even
Listen,
a real knot, is it? That's not.
Bloody hands time.
Is this way, that way, this way, backwards, that way.
It's not even a real knot for real,
no
for real.
knot.
It's like, is the bread closed? There's nothing to get in it? Cool.
I know. The bread closed.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
that
they
nigga
say,
Ricky is here.
Hey, baby.
Oh, motherfucker.
Backdrop.
What's going on? What's going on, G?
You missing motherfucking
You missing
Black Couch energy right
Yeah,
now,
bro. You've been.
We haven't done anything, bro.
Nah, listen,
We
bro.
sat here and drove it.
Yeah, bro. We
We
out
got
here
real
wilding, bro, for
all
no
lives
reason.
matter here, right?
I'm over here trying to.
Absurdity.
Good, good. Yeah, good call.
So, hey, look, this whole I got you. This whole news situation, man, it's straight speculation. There's no defined suspects. So obviously, bro, like we can't say it's a Mexican. We can't say white. Hell, like I said, it could even be a black dude that's putting that shit up. I mean, look, let's
Are you talking about a Jussie Smollett situation?
And I say that,
Is this a Jussie Smollett?
bro.
I don't even feel like
that's
going
what
to
I'm
work
saying.
This is a
today.
Juicy
We
Smollett?
have been privy.
They got me doing
to
10 hours, bro.
a
I must be
black-
doing 8.
black
Watch this
people,
nigga real quick, you know.
saucing up circumstances
Yeah.
for the sake of creating, headlines.
It's a Juicy
Connecticut.
Smollett.
So I'm not saying that's necessarily the case.
I was supposed to be
But
doing 8. They got me doing 10s, bro. I'm about to get fucking. What's he about to do to me?
Yeah, these niggas racist in here.
Drop that news on these niggas.
Hey, man. Can you imagine being a black dude looking up how to tie noose on Google?
all I'm saying is,
Google it. Google searching how to tie noose.
Step 1, sturdy
all I'm
rope.
saying is, we don't know.
Nigga at Home Depot. Hey, where's the sturdy rope at? Y'all got a sturdy rope?
Nah, black dude going straight for it. Hey, y'all got any nooses over here? I need a straight noose. What a noose owl at?
On the microphone.
Hey, listen. Hey, you know that nigga came in there saying, hey, I know y'all think I'm about to come back to work. Y'all think it's racist. Hey, y'all racist up in here. It's like, man, it's a bunch of Mexican dudes.
With a noose, you tie the other end the same way?
Oh, shit.
I mean, it's a good question because it tightens. It'll tighten to the tree. So it's a good question.
But how would you wrap that whole around?
That's but it will be a reverse at that point.
Okay.
Because it will go around the branch.
True.
So it's not like it will be hanging. So
We only
So I always see him-
we only see one side.
We don't ever see the other side.
And then it's just like, hang on, like, what the fuck? How you dying? It's not
The other side's like a four in hand.
You didn't drop off?
thought the noose was attached to whatever it was hanging from.
How?
Nah.
I don't know.
Nah, niggas they put like a stake in the ground. They put like a stake in the ground and they stake it in there. That's what they do.
And I was holding a human?
Yeah, bro.
I ain't never been there. I ain't never
no,
seen one.
nigga. Like whenever they were hanging people, if it wasn't from like a tree or like an established structure, they would build like a pillar, like two pillars with a cross beam.
Yeah, the
No,
cowboy days.
that's like actual hang. We talking about black people on trees, bro.
Oh, no, that was
bro,
just-
you
it-
tie
they got,
it around
Once you
the
hang
tree.
it, you bring it down,
Yeah.
and then you can stick
Yeah,
it
they
in
just
the
get like
ground.
4 Bill Bixby's and they just all hold it together.
Bill Bixby's.
4 Bill Bixby's.
Bro, listen.
They all line up. They're like, hold it.
Bro,
Sucking somebody was heavy and they keep moving.
listen.
Let him live.
That's got.
You gotta lean into it.
Imagine, like that sucks for us, but like imagine if that's like your kicks on a Friday night. You live in Mississippi, ain't shit to do. It's like 10:30, like we just gonna go kill a motherfucker. That's crazy.
That gets boy, he's probably like,
Do they sell nooses? Like already?
No, nigga.
That's what I'm saying. You go to Home Depot.
I believe somebody does. Probably
You
somebody.
go to Home Depot and ask it, where they at?
Now-
Where the news at, bro?
Now, hey,
You go order
Hey,
it
look.
on Amazon.
Don't get it the wrong idea. But where's your new side?
hey, now what y'all about to do?
I'm not finna do what you think I'm finna do.
Tighten it in the oven. That's all I'm saying.
Now,
Oh, hold on. Well, That's kind of weird. I feel.
Hang 2 people at once.
So if you hang the rope over like a branch and you just put 2
Do we know
people.
who Amber is?
That's we know Amber. We know Amber.
Amber got all kinds of ideas.
Amber, you're making me nervous.
Look, some good goddamn medieval type shit.
Nigga, just 2 bodies
And
swinging
Amber
around
blacker
each
than
other.
his Ace of Spades.
2 for 1 Tuesdays at the King's
So
Palace.
that's how that works.
Oh, he just
2 for 1 Tuesdays.
Go to Amber House. No matter them hanging bodies, just move to the side.
Yeah.
Get around for 2 for Tuesdays.
Is that a double noose?
We've got 2.
Everything's hanging.
Get around.
swinging in the summer breeze.
You got me scared over here. Looking,
breeze.
I'm looking scared.
Strange fruit happening.
Please help.
It should have been somebody.
Hey, assistant.
I could have tell somebody.
Hey, relax.
Where does go?
Now I know you about it.
Damn.
Oh, the serious? No.
Damn,
It's
no.
fucked up what they're doing over there. If it wasn't Connecticut, I think we'll be a little bit more serious.
If it was like Huntsville, we'd be like, all right, y'all niggas fucking up.
It's Connecticut.
Where we know it is other black people. Like, that's really just.
Yeah.
It is.
I don't care if you
I
racist
don't-
by yourself.
If you trying to. People been drawing swastikas on shit for forever.
Yeah,
But
that's
if
fair.
it's in a spot where it ain't no Jewish people, they like, what is this for? Who do
Why
who
are
do
you doing this?
Who are you pledging
Hey.
your allegiance to and for why?
You ever go into like a Martin Luther King Jr. high school where there's still swastikas? You like, for what?
For why?
How y'all got Nazis in here?
I am black.
Yeah, there's
I'm not
it's-
Jewish.
The school's 100% black and there's still a swastika.
This is a Baptist school.
I go there just for the hell of it with a yarmulke going like,
I gotta take a picture.
Imagine.
My word.
crazy.
Yeah, no.
Like there, I don't know. It's weird. I think within the climate that's what's going on,
It's fucked up though. Seriously.
anything like incendiary like that is going to be brought up as an issue. Like it's just crazy.
It is though.
And you know what? Like to the whole Bubba Wallace thing. Like
Yeah.
if that was actually the intention of the knot at the time was just to be a pull down, cool. But we've seen, and I mean that sincerely. If that was like the genuine purpose, and it just kind of looked like a noose, wasn't really one, but it looked close enough.
Yeah.
But it was just a genuine pull down knot for the garage door. We saw how that was blown to such a proportion where people was like canceling NASCAR. It would never happen, obviously. But I mean, like people were seriously like, no, that's fucked up. That's bullshit. You know, we can't have that in our sports and blah 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 blah. So, look, it could be something. There's no pictures of the knots. Okay.
The Bubba Wallace joint is.
Yeah, did you?
No, not the Bubba Wallace one. I
Oh,
mean the
okay.
ones
The
that's
Amazon.
going on in
Not-
Connecticut
not
right
the
now.
So there's no
Amazon.
pictures.
There's no pictures of the knots or whatever, so we don't know how it looks. Always, all the article states that it was hanging from like some of the second floor beams or whatever.
And nobody
Listen.
took a picture of this shit?
Hey.
It's on the second floor, basically. No picture.
I mean, as of yet, it's
nobody-
ongoing.
You know Amazon.
Nigga, that was just a foreign hand.
Amazon is not.
Hey.
Jeff Bezos
Hey.
ain't gonna let
Hey,
that shit
Jimmy,
slide up out
You
of
know
here.
you tired of this knot. We're gonna take a picture. Is it okay with you?
He's like,
Listen.
Nah, nigga. I'm white too. What the fuck? You too racist.
I'd rather not.
Wait,
Hey.
Just take it down. And give it
now this,
Well, it's not my best
See,
knot,
that's why
so-
you know Amber just be on some. She's talking all this.
She went to
knot shit,
Candace
and she
Owens
don't even
High.
know
What
what
the
the
hell?
fuck we talking about right now.
Hey.
She just going in. But look.
Still fucked up.
What we do know, because we don't know who tied these knots, who hung these noose. We don't know where the fucking photos are. But what we do know, Joe Budden fucked up.
Hey, real quick before we move on to Joe Budden, I just want to talk about this. Should black people reclaim the noose, like the way we did the N
Nigga,
word?
no, we not even about to do that.
yeah.
We not- no.
We can't do it.
Yeah, I
Come
wanna- I
on,
wanna
he said
new
with the
chains.
chains.
No,
New
this-
change.
we
The way
did it-
we
we did it by changing the ER, the hard R,
That's
to
what-
the A.
You can't change
I'm
your
glad you
noose.
brought that up because as black people, we will claim some shit about this. Yeah, man. I was on that motherfucker the other day. Loose this bitch. You know
That's what I'm
what
saying, bro. I'm
Hell
saying,
yeah.
like,
Hey, look,
should black people reclaim the noose?
I put her in the Laredo necktie last night, boy.
So you said
Did you kill it?
I'm saying, bro, listen, I'm saying we could reclaim the noose, and that might be a move for us. We reclaim the
hold on.
N-word.
We're not talking about. Hold on,
Yeah,
hold
we
on.
reclaim chains.
Somebody like this. Oh, somebody was fucking.
Oh,
Hold on,
y'all
look.
was getting
We're
that.
not even about to go into this. I'm gonna say this right now. I'm gonna say this.
So she
we
couldn't
moving
breathe.
on, bro.
So she couldn't breathe. Goddamn.
Yeah, bro.
N-word and all this other shit.
Oh boy.
The N-word and all this other shit.
Oh, where's she staying?
That's
Hey,
all
see, Amber
terminology.
agreed. Amber like, yeah, let's reclaim the noose, bro. I'm telling you. Listen, niggas can start wearing nooses and shit.
No.
That'd be kind of
It was
fly.
It's noose night, baby.
terminology.
You wear the noose.
This is the opposite of what we needed to do.
I'm on my period.
Terminology
Oh, it's
is
news
one
night, baby.
thing.
It's noose night, baby.
There's no way
about to
you can
choke.
reclaim a symbol
We
like that.
reclaimed the N-word. Why can't
It's
we
a
reclaim the
term,
noose?
bro. Look, hold on. I'm gonna tell you. Hold on.
Listen,
Nobody
listen.
was killed with the N-word.
Listen, if black people are the most creative people on the planet, if we can make anything work, we can make nooses work.
There's no way.
If anyone can make nooses work, it's us.
There's no way.
You already sold
There's
it.
If
no way.
anyone can
Look,
make nooses
I
work,
feel like
it's
you're
black
reaching at
people.
this point.
sold.
Oh,
I
I'm
feel
reaching like a
I'm
mother.
sold,
you're
bro.
I'm
reaching.
reaching.
You're
Like a
hitting.
Hey, look, I'm sold.
Hey, what you say
100%.
earlier, OJ? The
Space Jam.
I'm sold.
I'm
100%.
Space Jam from MJ.
I'm using it.
From
It's
half court.
not.
Reclaim the news.
It's
Hashtag reclaim the news.
like, okay,
Hey,
put it out there.
hold on.
Yep,
So
I'm
would you
ready.
ever say that to a Jewish person to reclaim a swastika? You wouldn't, bro. Don't say something like
not.
that. Come on, bro. To the Jamaican.
throw that one.
So look,
Come on. I'm just saying it's weird.
But listen,
When you
Jewish people don't got no
can't do
swag.
No,
Jewish people can't
no,
swag it out. They can't
listen.
swag out a swastika.
Time out. Shut up.
We swagging out the
Shut
N-word
up.
all day.
Listen. It has to be in the formative stage, right?
Yeah.
That's the only time that you can reclaim some shit.
With it.
It is way too late. You remember?
Oh,
look,
so you saying niggas in like 1930 should have swagged out the noose?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
and niggas in
If
1940 was
if they
swag.
did it a long time ago and they was like, "Oh, y'all hanging
We
us,
still got
right?
time.
I'm wearing this shit."
I'm on you.
Like news ties.
This my nigga.
Like a
Yeah,
tie
I'm on you, bro.
in the
If
Hey, look,
you're
nah.
out here doing it, then that's cool. But if it's not in the formative stage, there's no way that you're gonna be able to take that and then be like, "Oh, okay, look, this is ours now."
Nah.
No, this is not ours. Ain't no
It's ours. It's
That's,
ours.
no, it's not ours.
All right.
It's ours, all right.
I'm gonna set it up. I'm gonna set it up.
It's
Reclaim
ours,
the
okay.
noose.
You be like, yo, did you hit last night? Like, nah, I ain't hit. Got that noose though.
I got.
She was choking.
No.
She was choking.
That's the reach, bro. Oh my god, bro.
Hey. Hey. Let me,
I know. Hey, just pull up like.
All right. Hey, look. Before we get in any,
we've already started the process.
before we get into
They
any
need
more
to be jailed.
trouble, we are moving on at this point. Yo, hey, she's a maniac, bro.
We reclaiming this shit. Let's go. Hashtag.
Get us out.
Look,
Hashtag
Laredo
reclaim
necktie.
the
Help.
news.
look,
Laredo
hey,
necktie. Let's go, baby.
Help.
back to
What
the
y'all doing over there?
look. All right. See, back to the transition. Back to the transition, man. Because we're moving on.
I know that's what.
We not gonna keep. We already in enough trouble. Like we got to keep moving.
Facebook about to ban
What
us.
we do know concerning what we don't know about that, but what we do know, and I think everyone kind of agrees, yo, Buzz kind of fucked up. All right. And there's been a lot that's kind of come out after the public firing of his co-host Roy and subsequent leaving of Maul. Them boys put out a response, and I don't know who in here has watched it, but
I did.
you did.
Yeah,
You watched the entire hour long.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing.
Fire.
Fine.
How much of it, based on what Buzz put out initially, and then their response, how much of it do you accredit it to being like true as far as the facts they were spitting out, putting everything out there and leaving nothing behind, like no veils? They were like, serious. They were like, no, we're gonna put it out there.
Yeah.
This is what it is. This is what happened. And then you had like, so all right, I'll put it like this. Buzz's initial firing, there was a lot that he left out. He took a very aggressive stance. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I'm big dogging this shit. Y'all niggas fucked up. Fuck y'all. Roy, you're done. You're fired. Mom, yo, pick your allegiance accordingly. But yo, you know what it is. And then they came out. And then you hear all the facts from their perspective. It's like, so I don't know, man. Like, we've been following this for the past month or so.
It's been like 6 weeks.
If what they're saying, what we talked about in the car, because I haven't watched it, I'm gonna be honest with you. What we talked about in the car is true. I know how it feels for somebody to play. So if that's the case, you know what I'm saying? If it's been conversations amongst them privately, you know what I'm saying? And if it's, you know what I'm saying, documented that their money has been played with, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they have the right to, you know what I'm saying, stand up there and say what they're going to say.
I think it's like a foundational issue with them, right?
Yeah.
Everybody was like, hey, we're going to be open and honest. We're just homies, right? Because when you say that and you're just like, oh, we're just friends, right? That's cool. But if you're going to get to the point where you're going to allow something to ride for so long because y'all are friends and you're expecting that the outcome is going to get to a certain point where it's going to be acceptable because of the fact that you were friends, that's cool. And I understand if you trust somebody like that. But you got to be transparent. You got to have some sort of open lines of communications where you guys are actually talking about the business. Like, okay, well, I don't understand this because I'm not in it every day.
Yeah.
Clear it up for me. And then if you're not willing to clear it up, then now I have a problem. Like, hey, this is an issue. But they were just like, oh, you don't want to talk about it? Oh, he's like, hey, it's not about y'all. All right, man, we ain't even going to talk about it right now.
Yeah.
And like you made an example
And then you just
earlier,
kick the can.
1,000 people at a show, then it's 2,000 people that gets paid the same amount. Who's
Yeah.
to say like they didn't agree to a base salary? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Who's to say
so
that
They
so
didn't,
they said they agreed to a
did.
profit
That's what
sharing.
they said, right?
They
It
said
was
that
profit sharing.
they agreed to a percentage sharing. That's what they said they agreed to, right? And so,
So
I
the
just-
higher the income, the higher your share.
yeah, exactly. And so what their perspective was is that they signed for a profit sharing deal, but then Joe was not sharing them what the total revenue. So they didn't know. So
they didn't know
they,
if it was accurate.
yeah, exactly. So you getting 30% of something, but you don't know what you're getting 30% of.
Goddamn cash money, the boy.
Exactly. So you don't know. So you don't know if you're supposed to be getting 30% of 100,000, 30% of 200,000. You don't know. You just getting 30%. So that was the thing. They didn't know what the bottom line was, and Joe sent him like some Excel spreadsheet, and they didn't really fuck with that.
Hell no.
Right. I understand their perspective. Right. I also understand Joe's perspective. Right. In the fact that like one, Rory and Maul both started off as yes men. Right. If you watch the first 3 seasons of that podcast, and niggas like, yeah, Joe, whatever you say. Joe Biden out here was wilding. They'd be like, oh yeah, Joe, yeah, we're with you, right? They start off as yes men, right? And then Joe's whole perspective is that like y'all are not bringing nothing to the table. If you listen to the backtrack, he's like, if you bring something, I'll take less.
Yeah.
If you bring something, I'll take less. He said, I'm bringing everything. I'm bringing all the advertisers, all the revenue. Y'all not bringing shit to the table, right? Y'all not really bringing nothing, and y'all eating. So just eat what I give you. They're making $400,000 a year, $500,000 a year, $450.
And their response was, this podcast is this podcast because of the collective,
It is.
not because of Joe Budden. We're not. I mean,
It is their podcast because
it is their podcast because we expect that dynamic as the viewer.
Right.
We
Yeah.
expect all three of them to collaborate and it be something and it be like a unified effort. But if I'm thinking objectively and I'm thinking from the management side of things, like this is Joe Budden's podcast.
Yeah.
His homies is on it and they make it better. For sure.
And here's the other thing, right? Is that when they left, what Joe Budden talked about on the podcast where they came back, right? Is the fact that those ad deals are contracts. They can't just stop the show. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got an advertisement for Dollar Shave Club, you have to advertise Dollar Shave Club 2 days a week, every week out of the fucking year for a 30-second ad spot on your podcast. So y'all walking off, that don't mean shit because I still owe Dollar Shave Club 2 minutes of advertising every week
36 episode, yeah.
for every, you know what I'm saying? So like,
Whatever the
But I
agreement
mean,
or dollar,
I get it.
skill share, you know what I'm saying? So like, he's like, when they walked off, he's like, that's why they kept the podcast going. That's why they didn't stop. That they brought those 2 fucking bozos on who both sucked. They were
Ish
awful.
and Ice.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Who's
That
the name?
Ish and Ice.
that Kevin
Right there should have told you. It was they introduced them. You should have just turned off.
that Kevin Samuels episode was the worst thing I've ever seen in my goddamn life.
which
the
could have
prob-
been the best episode of
It would
their
have
whole
been amazing if it was Rory and Maul.
The problem is not necessarily the one issue, but think about it. because I hear what you're saying, Nick, and I don't necessarily disagree.
Yeah.
The problem is some of these deals wasn't all Joe's.
But they were. They
No,
were all
hold
Joe
on.
and Joe's
think
team.
think about the title deal, and Rory went into that. He brought
You
that.
mean the Spotify deal?
No, the title.
Oh, they had a Spotify. They had a title.
Yeah, he brought that initial deal because he talked with Ian or something like that. Someone was like, "Yo, I got this deal. Here's the numbers. Very loose, but this is kind of what we're working with."
Yeah.
And he brought it to Joe's attention. He said it on a response. He brought it to his attention, and Joe cussed him out. Cussed him out.
Yeah.
How dare you this, that, blah, 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 blah. Went in. Roy backed off. Like, look, bro, like, I didn't say anything was cemented. He said whenever the deal was brought to his attention, he told him straight up, I'm going to talk to the boys about it.
Yeah.
2-3 weeks later, however long later, Joe comes back. Yo, got this title deal, blah, 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 blah. The exact same numbers that Rory was talking about. And so,
See, that's sneaky.
I don't know every deal. I don't know how many deals, but that's just one deal. So if you're telling me that they are actually bringing deals to the table, but he's turning it and claiming credit for these deals because he is the name, he is the signature, and so all things, you know what I'm saying, flows through him. He's saying, "Oh, I'm signing the deal on this." It's easy to say, "I brought these deals to the table." Because when you're the one signing off on it all, you can claim credit for any goddamn thing. And that's what they were saying. Like, no, bro, like, you didn't get us that deal. I brought it to you. You cussed me out. And then you accepted it weeks later. So that's weird, man.
I'm not off that. But again, that's one deal out of the
Who knows?
out of dozens of deals that they do.
Right.
I mean, think about how many advertisers they have. They had the massive Spotify deal. I think that's where shit started to go left.
That's when I knew it was bad.
Yeah, when the Spotify deal fell through, that's when I knew shit was bad.
Yep.
And the problem with Joe Budden in general, right? And I'm gonna say this, right, is that Joe Budden has always spoken from a perspective of an outsider. And as soon as he gets control, he turns into an insider. That's really what it is the hypocrisy of continually speaking for the artist, for the people who are doing it, for the people on the ground, right? And then as soon as you get a little bit of power, as soon as you get a little bit of control, now you turn into the label. You know what I'm saying? You turn, and that's the issue people have with it, right? And for me, it was I talked to you about this, right? But it's like what it is what people understand is like things are a reason. Things work the way they work because that's how they work. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not great, right? But like you go do all this fucking groundwork and you feel like you should get the credit. And that's how people at the labels feel, and that's why shit works the way it does. Right? And it's unfortunate. But you're like I'm the artist. I'm putting out this or that. I'm doing this. I'm doing all this, that, and the third. And the label's like, you are not seeing what the back end is to push your fucking shit out, to go make shows happen for you. So we deserve a large chunk of that. You wouldn't even have an audience if it wasn't for us. You'd be just some dude making fucking podcasts or making beats or making music in your basement. And so like that's and so I understand that. I understand the perspective of labels, right? But for Joe, this was the first time Joe's ever been in that position of power, right? And then once he saw it, of course he did what the labels did. Of course, because he's like I am the Joe Budden podcast. I'm the Joe Budden network.
A lot of eyes.
Y'all couldn't do this without me. There's no Rory and Maul podcast. There's no Rory and Maul without Joe Budden. Those are two.
Tell me this: do you think that Rory and Maul are right in their stance?
I do.
You do?
From their perspective, I think they're right. Yeah.
You think they're right?
After hearing what he said about the whole thing, and
that's what I'm saying.
I'm kind of
that makes it
conflicted.
That makes it different. You?
I'm Roy Maul all day.
Okay, so check this out. Do you think that Joe Budden was right in his stance?
Yes.
Yeah, he was.
He was correct.
Yeah,
he was.
I don't agree.
He was definitely right from a.
They're
from
both
a principle. Like, yeah.
I disagree.
It's the principle, but one principle is backed by a contract.
That's why I say he was wrong.
Okay,
that's what I stand on that alone.
Exactly. So the contract is one thing, where it's
and then the assassination of character as well.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay,
Exactly. That's the issue where it's The contract is what it is.
Yeah.
And if you go against that, it's not like, hey, well, I'm justified to go against that. No, you're just going against it. This is how the contract is written out.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what the other person says. Y'all know who Joe Budden is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He been this way.
Yeah.
Pump it down.
The good thing about Joe Budden is, and it's we actually had a conversation similar to this where if you're just so unapologetically yourself, it leaves no room for interpretation. I don't have to say, I feel this way about Joe Budden because this.
That's just
this
Joe
made
Budden.
me feel. No. When I see some stuff and it go off the rails and it's a little bit wild, I'm like, this makes sense. It's Joe Budden. Joe Budden tells you how he's going to react in situations when things are going to be a little adverse. Like, he understands, hey, I'm irrational.
Remember when he chased that nigga down in the car?
Joe Budden is just that kind of dude. And then when you get to that and you see the stuff and we start to peel back all of the layers, we're just like, oh, Joe Budden was Joe Budden?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, like you didn't surprise me
Joe
with
Budden's-
nothing. Like,
I don't know. Well, okay. I'll say I was surprised, but not in the sense that you said.
Okay.
You're saying it. And I said it last week. If you're in tune with hip hop, right, and that entire community, y'all have heard whispers and rumors about Buds being a little catty at times.
definitely.
Yeah.
And I said that
Joe
last
Budden
week.
wild, bro.
And
boy.
not just
Wild
like
boy.
not just in hip hop, but like in
Wild Joe Hiccup.
relationships and stuff like that. Like he gets to a point where he gets catty.
Yeah.
And it
It's
out of
emotional.
character.
It's petty.
You know what I'm saying? It petty.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, he can be cool to a certain point. This to me, he, like you said, he became what he despised.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
became complex in a sense because you remember that's why he left that show. He wanted to see books. They wasn't having it. Buzz was like, I'm out.
This is not for you.
Hey, listen.
So
Real quick. I just want to say the best thing out of all this has been, I'm not sure if y'all watched it. I sent you this. DJ Academic's reaction to this has been
I can't
has
stand
been
him.
has been fucking
I
hilarious.
can't stand him.
I'm telling you, DJ Academics' reaction to this has been the funniest thing I've ever watched in my entire life. I'll show it to y'all after this, but it's been so fucking funny.
Listen,
he was out here calling Maul Jay-Z's pre-cum.
Yeah, he says that shit after Rory had that motherfucking goons at his doorstep and he wouldn't come out that bitch.
He dropped
You
a
can do
letter. He
all-
said they
you-
left a letter in the mail.
Do all the woofing. Look, do all the woofing you want when there's no threat to you at that point. But when them boys came looking for you, he was quiet for how long?
And that is,
I love
that
it.
is
Look,
that, listen,
stop
no,
playing with
no,
people
I'm
that's
telling
about
you,
that
I'm
action,
telling you,
bro.
I'm telling you.
Like he need to chill.
telling you.
You remember?
DJ
You remember when?
Academics is
You remember that
wilding,
interview?
bro.
You remember that
He's
red carpet
wilding.
interview he was doing with Joe Budden and Migos rolled up
That was
and Buzz was
Baby,
like,
so-
man, fuck this. And Migos like, what's happening? Academics
And
was like,
academics was
He had the mic like this.
bro, he was just like,
Joe.
what?
Exactly.
Nigga, you
Yeah.
not about the shit, bro.
Are you
Chill the
gonna
fuck
handle
out.
this?
Joe.
You're not. Talk your shit.
No.
After troll. No, we was talking about this on the way here. The one thing I give 6ix9ine for being a troll.
What?
No. For trolling.
Okay.
Troll.
Okay.
I'm gonna listen.
Okay.
As a troll,
Okay.
You know how I
that
feel about
nigga
it.
will run security and all.
Security.
He'll run up on you wherever you coming from after a show, in a show, fresh off of eating.
Bro.
He got security. I get that, but
He had
he
Meek in
will.
the garage. Got real tight on him.
Yeah, and I'm saying.
My man.
Academics
pulled
is
up
not
in
that dude.
Chicago
And when
at
you already had Rory saying, "Yo, bro,
2 a.m. and like I'm dancing on your block."
chill."
we
I
sleep.
can't.
We are in the bed.
I
Where were you
dislike
2
him.
hours ago when the trap was booming, bro?
Yeah, big booming. And
Hey, bro.
Look, bro.
He said, "Hey, we gonna pull him in. Hey, 4:45 with
Hey, when was the last sale? 345.
All right,
Give
yeah,
him 30.
yeah,
He just need to chill the fuck out, bro. He's just weird. He's a weird dude.
you at
On his Twitch stream.
yeah,
Nah,
nah.
that
Listen,
shit is so
listen,
funny, bro. I'm
listen,
telling
this
you right
is,
now,
This
it's
is
so
why
funny.
I say that. This shit is funny
It is funny.
in a sense where it's just comedy,
Yeah.
but who it's coming from matters.
Well,
True. And you know
he's
that.
corny. He's corny as fuck.
Listen, he is the corniest human on the earth.
He is.
So for me to hear some funny shit and some heavy tough guy shit from the corniest dude on the earth,
It's not.
bro, I'm sorry. And it's not
it's
like
irrelevant.
it's like, oh, I'm listen, this has got to be this way and it's got to be that way. That's fine. Like you can leave all that street shit aside.
Yeah.
But when you telling me somebody and I know their character and I understand their character, I may not know them as a person.
Yeah.
I understand your character. If you're telling me who you are and you're operating as such, everybody else who interacts with you, they feel the same exact way. Hey, this guy is this guy until this point.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we heard about Joe Budden.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we see with DJ Academics.
Right.
I can't listen to you. Everything that you say is discredited. I don't want to hear it.
Yes,
It's
sir.
stupid because I know that you were doing this for clicks and views. So if you're doing
But
this for clicks,
he getting them.
he
he's
gets
winning.
them because of you.
Yeah,
6'9".
that shit's funny, bro. Listen, if you
The
want to call,
consumer.
if you want to call a motherfucker
It's not-
Jay Z's
it's not
pre-com
funny.
on air, if you want to say Jay Z left you in a fucking sock,
Listen, if you're tuning
That's how you get him.
if you're tuning in for the meme, or if you're tuning in because you enjoy
it's views,
the,
views is views.
views is views
Hey, views
until the end of time.
from the 6.
So what are you saying, bro? Like
Turn it upside down.
it's got to be to the point where
Views.
just like and I know Tory Lanez is a touchy topic, right?
What about Tory?
Tory Lanez he said that if you're talking about cancel culture, right? Whatever that may be, that shouldn't be a thing. Us as like the black community,
Should be cancel each other.
we have no, not shouldn't. We have never.
Haven't.
Who have we canceled?
Nobody.
Name somebody who's canceled.
Michael. Not happening.
We,
Like
We-
within
no,
the black
look,
community.
Look,
R. Kelly. R. Kelly. R. Kelly.
No.
R. Kelly.
No, we
perfect.
didn't.
That's
R.
perfect.
Kelly.
No, we did not.
No,
We
stand
did
by.
not.
R. Kelly's
We
canceled.
gave that
Look.
man like 1,000 chances, bro.
But he canceled
Every
now.
time he dropped in the album, we were like, step
Look.
in the name of the Lord.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
check this out. That
Like,
is
Say, I know there's somebody.
it's like, you know, he's like 12 years old. Like, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to listen to this.
bro. So that's perfect.
You can't
That-
be sure.
That's perfect.
It's my
Because
graduation, nigga.
that's
You
perfect.
fucking about graduation, nigga. Bring up that piss shit. I
No,
don't care about that.
listen. That is the perfect example where we have never canceled anybody.
Yeah.
Even if
Is
it's
Bill Cosby canceled?
listen, he should be, but no, they're
No.
not gonna listen.
No.
If you turn on Nick at Night and they got the Cosby Show on,
Bro,
you
they
gonna be
still
like,
do Fat Albert somewhere.
Yeah,
Fat
you-
Albert's on
you-
right now,
you-
somewhere
you
in
gonna
some
be like-
country.
you go-
Fat
you
Albert's
go-
playing right
You gonna
now.
say fuck Bill Cosby or you gonna watch it?
If Bill Cosby on Thinking Night right now, I'm by myself in my bed.
See,
Oh, I'm watching all the
but that's
episodes,
the
bro.
problem that I
Bro, you
have
see what
with
I'm saying?
I be
cancel
like,
culture
man,
in
look,
general.
Hold on.
Mush
Sam,
mouth, you
listen.
fool.
listen, hang tight. So this is what he said. He was like, listen, black people can't be calling shit cancel culture if you're not willing to put the commitment behind canceling someone.
So only white people can cancel people.
No. It's not about canceling. It's about you're suspending somebody. But you're saying they're canceled.
You got suspension culture.
Listen, yeah, we want somebody to be canceled.
Y'all
We want you
niggas
to
in
get
in-school
back, though.
detention.
Yeah, we got some.
Hey,
we got rid of somebody
Drop
for
an
2
album.
weeks.
Let me know how I feel it.
Yeah, for real.
Because that's how everybody do. Oh, we
Wait,
ain't
hold
talking.
on.
We ain't talking about this dude. We ain't listening
So
to this
what
dude.
you
All right, Tory Lanez. I heard a new song.
Nigga
I see
said
you,
I'm in
nigga.
album mode. Hey, I'm in album
I
mode.
see you, nigga.
Hey, look, I know Tory canceled, but
So when R. Kelly
Hey,
gets
I
done
see
with
you,
his
nigga.
bid,
it's kind of hard.
and
Like,
he
what
drop,
you-
Is that a
when R.
feature
Kelly
with
gets
A$AP,
done with his
nigga?
bid,
Okay.
and he drops an album,
Huh?
I said when R. Kelly gets done with his bid,
Okay.
He drop an album?
Bro, he making
People
an
gonna
album in
listen?
Are
jail.
they gonna be hits?
He's
Bro,
making an album.
Listen, if it's a banger on there, ask Nick what he
Who
gonna
does
do.
it?
Listen, I
Because
know.
nobody
If
knows
I
he's
know
not
if
making.
it's a
He's making an
banger on-
album right now. Do y'all not know that?
I know that there
I
are
didn't.
niggas.
He's
and-
making an album right. He's making an
There
album
are-
right
there-
now.
are
If
you-
y'all don't know
Are
that.
you
what?
trolling?
Oh,
I am
breaking
not
news
fucking
on
trolling,
BNY.
bro.
I had no
Y'all
idea.
didn't know that?
No.
He already dropped the one song. I swear to God, it's like over the
He
radio.
dropped the song
Bro,
from
I
where?
swear.
Through the plexiglass?
I'm not lying. Through a phone call. He got to
Listen,
Google
listen,
that shit, bro.
Listen.
He already got a
Hold
song
on,
right
I got a
now.
question
hold
right
on.
now.
I am not
We gotta
fucking
get
lying.
Could you?
We got
Order that.
Bro, on the fucking the new caller, R. Kelly is gonna like nigga drop that.
Hold on. BNY investigator.
Hey, get the beat ready. Get the beat ready.
I'm innocent.
Thomas, get the beat ready.
BNY investigators. We gotta get BNY investigators on this because
Bro,
You're
I'm
up
about
there
to
like,
leave shit
Your
around. I promise.
Honor,
I already heard
I'm
it.
sorry for all the things I've done.
He said he already heard it.
Bro, listen.
look.
Play that shit. Play R. Kelly.
Tough.
Listen, if we're canceling people,
Yo,
Thanks.
Amber wildin', bro. She said, "Fuck that bitch."
listen,
She wild as shit.
if
She
we're
is
canceling people,
Firecracker.
they need to be canceled, and that was Tory Lanez's point.
Yeah.
If y'all gonna say, and imagine coming from him, the
With the
person
whole-
the person that we should have canceled.
Megan shit.
Cancels Megan.
Yeah, for trying to exactly the person that should have been canceled.
I got a
for
whole take on that.
the person that should have
We
been
not- we not
canceled
doing
for
it, Nick.
canceling.
I have a whole take on
We
that.
not doing it, Nick.
We just
We
can't.
not
we're,
doing
we're
it.
not. We're not.
Let me speak on this.
We are not consistent enough as a people to be able to
Not tonight. That's
cancel,
B-side shit.
to be able to cancel.
We not
anything.
doing it. My bad, OJ.
Leave it.
I just
no,
gotta
no,
let
I'm
this
just saying,
nigga
this,
know.
This can't go.
Not tonight.
All right, fine.
Not
cancel-
tonight.
We'll
ain't cancel
B-side
nobody.
We already
we'll
we
be
coming
back.
up.
We ain't
Hey,
cancel
We coming up at
nobody.
1:30.
We ain't cancel Ike Turner.
We ain't cancel nobody.
We never, bro.
And listen, if R. Kelly is not canceled
Never.
tonight,
Not one time.
nobody's
I mean,
canceled.
What's Love got to do with it came out in the 90s.
No.
That's when everyone was
Listen.
kind of privy to what the fuck was going on
Bro,
back then.
she was getting beat for 20 years at that point.
Well, no one knew.
Bro, she had straight goddamn TBI.
And then we listen.
She
And
had
listen.
leakage.
People told her. Hey, people told, and they were like,
I can't do it no more.
they was like, you might be lying.
Hey, that's 100% the black community too.
Yeah, like, hey, how,
Yeah,
how we know this?
that's the
is true?
crux.
Hey.
How hard did he hit you
Listen,
for
listen.
real though?
Hey, look, he hit you. He hit you, but did it hurt?
Like how hard was it? Like was it like a man punch or like?
Listen.
Yeah, he punched you or he pushed you.
I feel like nah.
Hey, look,
Yeah, you
He
might
was.
have
He
been
pushed you in your face.
You might have got.
You wasn't pregnant when you got
look,
punched.
Listen.
our top contributor, real quick, Nick. Our top contributor. Now, I'm gonna let you go ahead.
No, go
top
ahead.
contributor, Amber. Look, R. Kelly is
It's
definitely
hard.
canceled
Amber.
in her book. Bill Cosby.
Sigh is
It's hard.
hard.
It's coming from a woman.
Amber, how's this
That
hard?
I'm
How's
saying
this tough?
because what I was gonna say, the impact that Bill Cosby had, everything that he put out, was extremely black centric,
Family friendly.
family friendly, uplifting. From his role in a different world to the Cosby Show
Yeah.
and
The
Fat Albert,
Jellos.
everything that he put out
Yeah.
was now behind the scenes, quite possibly a horrible human being.
But
But what he was putting out to cancel the body of work is different. I feel like it should
So,
be different from the person.
So,
I
so
think
you're
it's
talking about
me.
separating. You're talking about separating art from the artist.
my belief,
and that's listen, and that's
why I think it's
that's me.
hard.
So that I should have said that
Yeah, you're
Because-
you're a separator.
because for me, I cannot separate the human or the artist from the art. You have some sort of emotional connection to your art, and it's why would we support a black business? Why would you ever? Why would you ever support a black business?
because they provide a service at a reasonable price.
Okay, but what if there was a better service at a better price, but that person was white?
I'd probably go with that. That's why Jeff Bezos exists.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you have separated the art from the artist,
Yeah.
the service from the serviceman. It does not matter what they are providing for you. You want the most convenient option.
Yeah. Exactly.
You want the best option, the most cost-effective option.
Yeah.
So if we're like, hey, we got to support black businesses, and as a black community, we're going to be like, hey, you know what? This is slower, less convenient, not as nice, but it's black. So I'm going to support it. And this is our heart behind the same shit, where somebody can do something poor or somebody can do something terrible,
That's good.
and we're like, you know what? They're black. We got to support them. We can't just be the people that are knocking down black people. Where are we at? Where do you want to stand? what side of the fence you want to be on. You want to be on the side of the fence for righteousness,
It's good take.
or you want to be on the side of the fence where you're like, you know what, I'm supporting my people no matter what.
Yep.
And if you're supporting the part where you're saying, hey, there's righteousness, there's second chances for everybody. Okay, I'm gonna give you this opportunity because you are me. We are one.
I am you.
Exactly. You're gonna advocate for this. But if you're not, then where do your morals lie? Are you saying if you get to this point where you're gonna be the person where you're gonna do something that I am totally against from a morality standpoint, are you gonna just be willing to cancel that person? Are you gonna be willing to postpone this person's success? And just, you gotta realize, like, we're in the age of technology where every click means something.
Ooh, fair.
Yeah.
So your curiosity has to die. If
That's asking a lot.
it's asking so much, which is why I'm saying, as a people, who are we? What are we gonna say? If you're gonna be that person where, hey, I don't feel this is right. This can't happen. Okay, back that shit by your actions. Your actions, you can't have no curiosity. If your curiosity is about somebody who is coming from a standpoint of the morality that you can't even, you know what I'm saying? You
Like,
can't align yourself with.
Why would I search Tory Lanez?
I can't.
Like,
yeah.
why would I go on Instagram,
if Tory Lanez,
hashtag Tory,
listen, if
why would I
Tory
do that?
Lanez
Yeah,
is the
that's
nigga
what
that
I'm
I
saying.
just can't,
Yeah.
all his actions I can't fathom. I
Yeah.
can't even allow this.
Well, it's been 3 months. Let me see where he
Yeah,
is
don't
now.
listen to
Yeah,
the
exactly.
song.
It's like, let me look him up.
Don't listen to the song. You know what I'm
Let
saying?
me see what he doing
So,
now.
hey, look, my homie told me that Tory Lanez got a new shit
Yeah,
out.
let me
Hey,
look
man,
where he at now.
You know what? I might have to just slide on this one real quick. No. What do you want to do? How disciplined can you be as a consumer?
Yeah.
Like, that's so easy for you to just not do anything. That's cake. That takes no effort. Where if
it's
you're
hard.
saying that this person, why?
Because niggas be
You're-
talking about it
you're
online.
sa-
It's
you're
hard
saying,
not to.
I think
you're saying this
also-
person is canceled. Cancel him.
To piggyback off what you're saying, like, black people as a whole, if we doing anything, everybody else, like, you look at social
we trying
media,
to be in it.
if
What's
we doing the woe, the world is doing the woe.
Bruh.
If we doing one thing, the world is doing that. If we doing it, I seen so many like fake ass TikToks like, oh, we're doing this, and then it came for like something black. This shit
Yeah.
is so sheesh. But
Listen.
come on,
Exactly. Hey, look,
like, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
I will end this and I'll get off my soapbox with this.
It's a great soapbox.
I will
way.
hop all the way up. This is what you gotta realize. If we are going to say that black people we're the most influential
Easily.
people in social media,
Easily,
In the world.
in the world,
In the
right?
world.
Easily.
Absolutely.
Whatever it may be, use your influence.
yes, I
Ooh.
agree.
Use your influence. Don't tell me.
Poignant point.
Do not tell me that, hey, why are you stealing this from me? Why are you stealing this from us? Give us our credit. Okay. But if somebody gives you the opportunity to flex that muscle, flex that shit. Don't just do whatever you feel like, oh, well, I mean, hey, it don't even mean that much. It's not even that matter.
That's what.
I mean, it doesn't matter that much.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
Like, what are you saying? If you're gonna get to the point where you're upset because somebody stole your shit,
yep.
get to the point where you have the same pride in what you're putting out.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's all I ask. If you don't want it to be
Round of
stolen,
applause,
if you
round
don't
of
want it to
applause,
be
round of
stolen,
applause, round of applause.
don't put it out in a way that you don't respect. That's all I ask.
It's a good point.
Period.
And it's the same point we make with reality TV shows, right? When you have all these like Bad Girls Clubs, Real Housewives,
absolutely.
like the black female image is fucking deteriorated, but because they participate in the fucking nonsense, because they get paid to participate in nonsense.
But
I-
the problem
speaking
I
of-
have to that point, go ahead. You got it, Jeremy.
I just seen that clip with like one of the original girls from the Bad Girls Club. She was like, all this shit y'all seeing and like, was it Love and Hip Hop and all this other shit? We started that. I was the first girl to throw a drink in somebody's face. And I was like, is that something to be proud of? Like, why are you
proud of that?
like, why are you promoting that as a black? I was like,
See, and
This
that's
is
what
we're
we
here
that,
to do, bro.
like, yeah.
I had to get off.
I
I was like, oh, I was done with Instagram at that moment. Like, yo, rest of the day,
Yeah, I ain't got
Sit
time.
down.
Alan Van said it best. She was like, black women are out of order, but it's because they get paid to be out of order. They get paid to be out of order.
Well, what's that? The Real Housewives and that was
Wherever.
all started by like that. I don't know her
Oh,
name.
what's
The
her
one
Mona.
Black woman.
Mona.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But-
So here,
Okay.
you have a black woman in the position of power and influence. They're saying, "Hey, I could throw y'all 100,000, 150,000. Come in here and just be yourselves."
Wild out.
Just wild out.
And look,
Here goes some.
I believe there was a
tequila.
point where it's like, "Hey, be yourselves," but we all know like that, like pre-production. There's behind the scenes shit
Oh,
going
yeah.
on. Like, hey, sauce it up a little
Yeah.
bit. Look, we got this going
we
on.
got 4 hours till we shoot. Here's the full bar.
And
Ladies have at it.
You
Like-
and you tuning them up. You tuning them up because at the end of the day, when it comes to these programs and these shows, it's all about the clicks and the
Super
views.
sauce.
Exactly, bro.
But-
Be on
But
Shade Room
that's a
later.
black woman that's doing that to other black women for
Exactly.
profit. So, like to OJ's point,
Mm-hmm.
if you're going to sit here and say, "Hey," they honestly for us, it's got to start within the community. Like shows like that gotta be canceled.
So what I was gonna say, they went to Orange County, they
It
did
didn't
New
work the
Jersey,
same.
and that shit was
do the
like.
numbers.
Nobody cares if white girls
But then
wild
it
out,
came
'cause
to
it's not-
Atlanta,
Yeah.
and then it was like, oh, this is the one to watch. This is the season. This is it.
Because you know why?
It's black.
People love to see monkeys in cages. And I'm not even trying to be racist right now, bro.
No, let that rock. Let
You
that
feel
rock.
me?
No.
But people, that's why we have zoos. That's why we have all these things where exotics are in confined spaces, but we can watch them and see
Talk
them and
about
and
it.
watch it.
But I'm
That's
Talk
what this
about it.
is,
gonna
bro.
piggyback off my own point. Black people, we said it. Like when the white people was doing it, yeah, the white people in New
Set up the sneaky
Jersey,
link.
in Orange County, they was doing it. It was like, all right, I guess it's just some rich people walking around having an attitude. But then when you see somebody like throwing a drink, cussing her husband out, like having a side nigga, you like, wait a minute.
But who are them? Who are them niggas? They athletes. They're musicians.
Mm-hmm.
They're somebody who provides.
Entertainers.
They are providing to our culture.
Yes.
They're providing to the culture of the United States. Well, I'll just kind of limit it there. But it gets to the point where we're like, what are we willing to support? Like, we have all this power like that. I don't understand that. If we got the power, well, why y'all steal this? Why y'all steal that? Because if somebody steal it, you going to see it and you're going to be like, hey, they stole it. Cool. But this was funny. I'm going to retweet it.
That's America.
You're
and being black.
carrying
It's
on.
a black experience in America
You're
forever.
carrying
bro.
your own
That's forever.
influence, and you're like, okay,
That-
I'm gonna
hey.
use my influence to affect it.
Justin Bieber got dreads.
Even
Don't
if
understand
it's
it.
negative.
That's
Listen, we
that's
not
a black
we not
experience in
listen,
America.
we not canceling nobody like
Hey,
that.
hey,
Remember-
leave
I'm
JB
just
alone.
saying.
Yeah, look,
I'm
hey,
just
look.
He getting speeches out in Georgia.
Listen,
Don't even get me
You
started.
getting
I'm about
speeches.
to fight somebody, bro.
hey,
It took me like 2.5 seconds to catch that. I ain't even gonna lie.
it,
Where is
listen,
he even from?
it's
Canada?
so wild. It's so wild.
Canada.
But look, Nick get mad at me because he knows who I am.
Oh, I know you are.
I'm the kind of dude where like
He go to church with Bradley Beal.
if I stand behind some shit, oh, it's done.
Oh yeah.
Nick could be like, "Hey, bro, watch this." I'm like, "Nope, fuck it. I never seen it before.
That's
and
true.
I don't want to see it. This is something because I'm trying to practice what I'm gonna preach. Because it gets to the point where I'm like, if I can control it, even if it's just me, I'm a nigga with like 1,000 followers on Twitter.
Man, wow, big flex.
Big flex.
Big flex.
I got 200 followers on Instagram.
Woo-wee.
But
Let's go.
But this is listen. I don't know 200 people. I don't.
You're not.
I don't.
You be like, yeah.
This is my platform. So on my platform, if I'm not practicing what I preach, it don't matter. Why would somebody give me something and that gives me the same sense where I'm like a religious man? Why would God give me any more
Yeah.
if I'm not willing to use what I got right now? Because this is already outside of my own scope. This is outside of what I have normally. If I know 30 people, Like, who am I to
And you
say?
got 230.
Yeah, but I got 230 on my Instagram.
Okay,
Y'all
bro.
look, y'all saw it. Okay, this is how I feel. If you didn't look at it, you didn't listen, whatever, that's not my business. My business is I am perpetuating the same shit.
Fair.
Hey, yo, shout out Austin.
That's the same thing.
Austin wild as shit.
Yeah, Austin, the cool ass white dude. Shout out Austin.
I'm white people. Shout out my boy Austin, man.
Yeah, bro.
Ain't nobody got nothing wrong with white people. I got a problem with black people, Austin. Can we talk about that?
Let's go. Hey, real quick.
Gotta sell them tickets
Get this off me.
to the black show.
Get this off my line, bro.
No, I can't do it.
But yeah, I just think that's a problem. If we want to be in the position where we big up our influence, use it. That's all it is.
Right. Use
if
it
we,
right.
If we gonna say it is this, make it be that.
Make it
we
be
got
that.
it. We're in the position as black people to bang the gavel on anything.
I think
Yes, sir.
I think that's
Bang the fucking gavel.
as a whole, we don't know that. We just like, yo, I'm gonna fuck around and I'm gonna make this beat, and then that shit just boom. I'm gonna fuck around, and do this little. Whoa.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a dance.
Oh,
she make it
shit.
clap, clap, clap. She make it clap. That song is awful, by
Hey,
the way.
listen,
That's
bruh.
one of the worst songs
I'm
ever
gonna fuck
made.
around.
So check me
That's
me
one of the
out.
worst
I'ma
songs
fuck
ever
around and
made.
just fuck-
Check me out. Does Soulja Boy not do exactly what I'm asking for?
What Soulja Boy do?
Oh yeah,
He tries to take ownership of
bro,
everything.
everything, all the time.
Hey,
Why
man,
we
I
can't
was
do
first thinking to have Jello, bro.
Hey,
Look. Hey, does Soulja Boy get shitted on for that? We talk about Soulja Boy for that.
Hey,
Well,
we like
I
Soulja
mean,
Boy.
right
you
now,
don't own-
yeah, now
we
he's
like
a meme.
we
yeah,
like
now he's
Soulja
a
Boy.
meme.
You don't own nothing, bro. Like,
Now
why
he's a
you always
meme.
saying you the originator of stuff? We are the originator of stuff. Not
Yeah.
maybe not Soulja Boy. That's fine. Fuck Soulja Boy. I'm saying his.
You gotta
practice,
start somewhere.
His practice.
It gotta start
He
somewhere.
said, "This
I
is
see
my
what you're saying.
platform. I'm going to tell you that my platform had an influence."
Yeah,
Well, and
He's doing what we do on Twitter. He just one
to
nigga
his
and we
credit,
get mad.
to his credit. But see, the problem
I'm
though
just waiting
that
for Arab to be up next. I'm just still waiting for him.
Young Arab?
Yeah, I'm looking
No,
for Arab.
his name is already got
He
it.
said, "What's up to Arab up next?"
Nah.
Arab been sitting in the back for 15 years. Like, god damn.
the problem, man, like, and I am I'm a Soulja Boy fan, man. I am a Soulja Boy fan. Not the music aspect, but his business acumen.
that work ethic.
Yeah, his work
Yeah,
ethic.
for real. Out there, nonstop.
Here's the thing. All the criticism that Soulja Boy, because he was brought up, he receives now, if he was Jay-Z, Biggie, he would not receive any of it.
I'm gonna switch it and say if he was, I just brought him up. If he was fucking Justin Bieber with a fucking video game, bro,
No, he wouldn't have.
nobody would even bring this shit up. Like Justin Bieber got a video.
He
That's
wouldn't have
it.
got that
It
criticism.
wouldn't. That's what I'm saying. So it's just our people. Like again, we
Pick, everyone picks
promote-
people in the box.
we promote everything. So then if we do something negative, like as black people, everybody else hops on that negative trend too. Like, oh, black people
True.
don't like this.
Exactly.
Everybody else don't like this. Like, oh,
Yeah.
fuck Soulja Boy. Hispanics will be like, oh yeah, fuck Soulja Boy. White people fuck Soulja Boy, and then everybody's gonna make a meme out of him. Like they don't even fucking know who the fuck Soulja Boy is, and they will make a meme out of him. They don't even know who the fuck. They be like, oh, he made Crank that. They be like, yeah, when I was 6, like, yeah, nigga, that's. I'm like, oh well, shit, I kind of like him. Like,
And the
fuck,
thing
you already
is,
made
though,
the meme.
the
You
thing-
already threw this shit on the internet. You fucking making fun of this dude.
in all the shows that the meme material comes from, before he got to that point where he was spazzing, he was spitting facts about
He
his
wasn't.
businesses,
He
about
was.
what he was trying to do, and they just took
He was.
him. Cause as a man, regardless of how you believe that I got to this point with him being Soulja Boy and what. I made it to this point for a reason. I
Yeah.
got myself here for a reason, and I've maintained this.
Yeah.
Maybe not necessarily in music, but I am a celebrity,
Or not
and
the way you would expect.
not the way you. So
Yep.
I'm on your show for
Yep.
a reason, and then you bring me on here
Yep.
to try to clown me, bro. Stop playing with me. And he did that on Breakfast Club, and he did that in
That's Big Soldier
the
right there.
complex. The
I
young
remember-
academics in the.
I remember when Snoop Dogg was like, yo, fuck Soulja Boy. He ain't doing no real rap. And then like a year later, he did a song with that nigga. And I was like, this is Snoop Dogg. This is like 2006 Snoop Dogg. I'm talking like 20, 25 years in the game. I'm shitting on all these new niggas and turn around like, I'm gonna do a song with Soulja Boy. And I was like, bruh, boom. I was like, who? Soulja. That's when I was like, yo, Soulja Boy is like we talk shit, but like he really is somebody somewhere in the
Snoopy
history,
everywhere, though.
in
Snoopy
the
everywhere.
history of rap, though.
You remember
And
when
I
he
will
said
agree.
on that
I will agree that Snoop Dogg is kind of flip floppy on some shit sometimes.
Yeah,
But
Snoopy
I was
everywhere.
just about to say that.
Even then, the Snoop Dogg then he wasn't. Snoop Dogg then was like that was before he got like super flip floppy.
Yeah.
That's when like Snoop Dogg said some shit and you like, oh, that's how Snoop Dogg feels about that shit 100%.
Yeah,
This is like 2006. He's like, yo,
Yeah.
fuck that nigga.
Man,
and
Snoop
you like,
Dogg did a song with Lil Debbie, so I don't even know what's going on.
I mean, and think about it, like since then, like since the music things has gone down for like Soulja Boy, like he has been like grinding, like with
He
the
been-
whole system,
Twitch shit.
the watch,
And he hasn't,
Twitch.
and he hasn't been talking about it.
He
Exactly.
owns like hella. He owns like what 6 or 7 subways.
That's why people like.
Bro,
Soulja
he
Boy
is
not
make
gonna die.
like
Soulja Way.
and then
Soulja Way.
I don't know Shorty
Hey, you
name,
trying to get a Soulja
but when
sandwich?
they clowned him, they were like, "Yo,
Hey, what?
why you got so many businesses?" See, that's where I feel like the disrespect comes in.
Why you got so
because
many business?
no one has ever questioned Diddy and all of his business
But again,
ventures.
that came from us. Like that disrespect came from
That's
us.
what I'm saying.
And everybody else globally was like, yo, black people disrespecting this dude. We can rock. We can disrespect it too.
yeah.
But like, if black people like hold Diddy up to like a standard, like yo, Diddy is the man. Diddy had whatever XYZ. Then the whole world's gonna be like, yo, all right. If Diddy walks in the fucking, I don't fucking know, like Fifth Sax thing, like, oh, it's fucking Diddy, right? He's up there. But if you
But
see like
see?
Soulja Boy, you're like, man, fuck this.
That's why I feel like
Crabs
and
in the barrel,
I
crabs in
got
the
the
barrel.
utmost respect for the guy. That's why I
Crabs
feel
in
like
the barrel.
Soulja
in
is
the
a
barrel.
tad bit different than
Soldier.
the
Big
Like
Soulja.
Soldier Boy.
you know what I'm saying, like
Soldier Man.
the big names in the industry.
Yeah.
Because he has taken all of the criticism. He's taken beefs with Drakes
Yeah.
and all these people.
Like a wild
Clearly got shitted on. He's not a lyricist. He's not a battle rapper, nothing like that. But bro, he has maintained his
for real.
standard, and he has raised it steadily behind the scenes. Which is like, you ever ask like one of like those people in the industry, like, how do they still have like money?
Yeah.
And then you start researching,
Yeah.
like Soulja
Like
in about
like
10
Chameleonaire.
years is going to be one of those
Chameleonaire.
guys.
Chameleonaire.
We're like, yo,
He the
Dallas
dude.
Austin.
He said,
fucking
what he say on
Jermaine
that show?
Dupri.
What do you say in
Them
that
boys
show?
made
Joe
you rich as
Academics and
shit,
Shorty.
bro.
He said, I'm going to make I'm working to make $1 billion. And he said, and after I get that, I'm thinking about how I can make the next $1 billion. I'm not stopping. It's that fucking mindset, bro. Like, he has that, and he was getting shitted on, like, publicly.
You
They
know
were
why?
shitting on him. And
know
I'm
why?
like, black people, bro.
No. Let's look.
But that's who was doing
Like,
it.
yeah, foundationally. You know why?
Speak on it.
I think it's a point where it just is gonna come all the way back to morality for like until the end of time.
Yeah.
Where do your morals lie? What do you care about? What are you gonna put your emotion behind? That's all that people care about. If you're gonna say all this rah-rah shit on Twitter, Facebook,
That's where it
Instagram,
is. That's where I think it is.
this is something where we feel like as a community, this is a throwaway. I'm gonna get on Twitter. I don't got no followers. I'm gonna just say some shit because I feel like I need to get it off my chest. But is that you acting emotionally, or is that you saying some shit that you stand behind? Anybody who has been behind their morals,
Yeah.
we talk shit about them.
True.
Ray J.
True.
Ray J is not the dude
Hey.
where I'm like, listen, Ray J, me and you, we see the same way. Like, no.
Ray J big homie for the West Coast though.
He is big homie from the West Coast, but you know why? Because he's solid as fuck.
Hey,
Ray J don't go nowhere.
hey,
Ray J opinions don't sway.
hey.
Ray J's body of work don't
Ray
sway.
J told us.
Ray
You
J
think-
is about
Hey,
Ray J
the way
told
he
him.
is about.
Hey, do you think Soulja Boy's peak is Ray J?
Yes.
I think Soulja Boy's peak is Ray J.
Soulja Boy's peak is Ray J because this is somebody who came up as this guy. He got all that he got.
Okay.
He is still this guy.
I see what you're saying.
We don't like that dude. We
Now.
don't like consistency.
Now.
Consistency. No, I'm just saying. Period.
Okay.
We don't like consistency in the community.
Switch it up.
It's no
Switch it up.
it's no way
Okay, I see what you're saying. I got you.
it's no way that somebody like LeBron James could be shitted on ever.
I mean, Stephen A. do
This
it
is
all
a
the time.
this is a pillar of
Max Kellerman
consistency.
do it all the
Skip
time.
This is a
Skip
pillar-
Bayless be
and-
doing it every day. He got a job on shit on LeBron.
This is a pillar of consistency.
Yeah.
P. Diddy, he can't be shitted on. This is a pillar of consistency. But then we get to the point where we're like, hey, we passed that P. Diddy shit. Like, I need some new stuff.
Yeah.
Like, no. P. Diddy
And
is who
then-
we supposed who he's supposed to be.
This is the issue I have with the black community as well. We always looking for the new shit. Like
yeah, we
the
can't
new
just be
like
happy.
weekly, daily, hourly. This shit is
Minutely.
It is blows my mind. There's like Guns N' Roses, like white people band, still on fucking tour,
Killing it.
selling out worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
De La Soul, where they at?
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
Everybody try to listen to me,
Come
myself,
on,
and
bro.
I.
That's what I'm saying. Like we sit on our own, but because we black and we trendsetters, everybody else does the same shit.
Jay-Z.
Everybody else does the
How does
same
Jay-Z
shit.
get shitted on?
How's
Like,
Jay-Z
that
do
makes
shit?
no sense.
I mean,
But
Exactly.
Our greatest strength is always going to be our biggest demise.
Mhm.
It's to the point where we got our influence, but our influence is going to continue to
Double-edged.
be that
Yes.
because of the fact that we keep it moving.
Yep.
We got something new for you every couple months.
Yeah.
Every couple
But-
days, bro.
Facts. But
Hours.
but instead of having that to where all of the new shit terminates the old,
Yes.
that makes no sense.
Yes.
We should just be stockpiling.
Building.
Yes.
So
Listen. We should have a Rolodex full of shit
Exactly.
that the community
I'm on the same.
and that
yes.
social media just has. Listen, and it's just all ours,
Yes.
and we just all tagged it. Boom, this is ours. This should be archived. This
Yes.
is our shit. This our shit. This our shit. This our shit.
Like
this our
Busta
shit.
Rhymes should have
Period.
a fucking world tour, and it should sell out just
And it
as
should
fucking
sell out. Old niggas want to
anybody
go
else.
somewhere.
Anybody else. It should literally be.
They want to do something.
Busta Rhymes has still got the same
Yeah,
energy.
bro.
He coming out raw,
But-
bro. He
but-
still
but-
got it, bro.
Bring it
Because
back.
he still
Once
got
you
it.
turn
But
it,
because-
leave it,
And he
stop
get with
formatting
Missy.
it.
That's I'm soundbiting
But-
niggas right now, bro.
But we
niggas right
cater
now.
to young niggas. I'll say this. Look, as
Go ahead,
as
you got it.
like as black people and as a black community, as kids, how much influence did we have?
A lot, bro.
No,
No,
what?
none.
Hold on,
No, as kids, none. Let me cook. Hey, for real.
Wait,
I got one
wait,
example.
before you
Because we
Wait,
would have
wait,
not
wait.
had Bow Wow and Romeo.
No,
Can't
no,
say that.
no,
no,
time out,
before
time
that.
out,
Well,
time out.
Before that.
No, and
Time out.
I understand what
Time
Nick's
out.
saying.
Before that.
We
I-
had
you- we
influence.
had none.
I'm saying
Think
in
about
your
in the-
home.
I'm gonna
Think
tell
about
you.
the- okay.
We had two. We had Alice. I had the
Nick,
Bow Wow CD,
Nick.
and
No,
I
I
had
had
the
before that.
Beverly and
Nick,
Maze.
Nick.
Those
And
were the
not
two road
just
trip
then,
CDs.
Nick,
We're not
listen.
just talking about music. Like really think about this. Really think about this.
But I can't, bro.
When it came to what your parents
Bro, exactly.
Christmas.
Bro.
Yeah.
Think about it, and that's
in the
where you're
car.
coming from.
Yeah,
Where
in the
where
car.
Nick's coming from is, as a child, believe it or not,
Yeah.
we had
We
influence,
had influence.
because who went out
I
and
had
who
the
put
Bow
the
Wow
pressure
Dog
on
Pound
for the
CD, bro.
PlayStation? Did your mother ever go out
We didn't have the
and
Cleveland
just
Brown
buy you a
jersey on?
PlayStation without you ever saying anything for it? Or your mother knew that's what you wanted.
Okay.
Them J's.
I got you. I
that
got you right here. I got you right here.
Think about
I got you right here.
Let Jeremy go.
Where you
Jeremy
at?
go.
So when you got that PlayStation, did you hook it up to the living room TV? Or
Oh,
was
in
it
the back.
Hey,
You had no power, bro.
Hold on.
Get your little ass out of here, bro.
Hold on.
Hey,
Hold on.
hey,
Get
hey,
your
hey,
little
now
ass.
you're saying
Get
that
three
because
playing ass up out of here.
so you
Look.
Hey, George,
beggars are
sleepovers,
being
though.
choosers.
Your
now.
ass
sleepovers.
move Bandicoot playing
no.
ass.
Is that what we're
Listen,
saying?
listen,
You
listen.
got the PlayStation.
No. So
Now
check
you
this out.
got to have the living
Check
room
this out.
TV.
Check this out. You talking subliminally.
Yeah,
Because that's
Listen,
real
as
influence.
in a black.
That's influence.
Listen,
in the living room in the black house, bro.
Yeah, you ain't got
no,
shit.
That's much influence
like
you can
in my
have.
house,
Did you care?
bro.
No,
in my
no.
yes,
Listen.
it was the big TV.
Bro,
It had cable. That's where everything was at in my house, bro.
Hold on.
My dad come home.
This
I'm
is
like, he like, get that shit off. I'm
mind-blowing
like,
to me.
Yeah, turn it.
I'm
You
lost.
play NBA
I
Street.
didn't give a fuck.
I don't got no memory card, nigga.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. This is crazy to me,
Come from a different house.
bro. Because I didn't give a fuck if it was the living room, the basement. It could have been on the roof, bro. I didn't give a fuck. I
But
got
hey,
the
but hey,
PlayStation.
Hey, listen.
I got a TV to hook it up to,
Also play that bitch.
bro.
Listen.
But you were talking from
bad, you
influence,
know
from
nothing.
influence,
We're talking,
from influence.
Yeah, we're talking
How are you
influence.
Got the
influencing?
PlayStation.
How are you
No,
influencing
no.
the household
Yo,
if you in
bro,
the back?
What's the
What the fuck are you doing
What's the
in the
black
back of the bus?
communities? See,
How are you
see,
telling,
no,
hey, turn the
if-
AC down?
If you're
No,
gonna
nigga, you in
say
the back,
this,
shut the fuck
if
up.
you're gonna say this, no, because you're talking about none of this shit matters. You're talking about black dollars being spent. The biggest influence that we have as a black people are our dollars. We were influencing our parents to buy for us, spending their money. That is the biggest influence that we could ever have in the household. Fuck a TV. Do I got a TV to play it on? You just went out and spent $400 on a PlayStation and 4 games. That's huge. So I ain't got the living room TV, but I still got a $200 TV
all right.
downstairs in the basement. Bitch, I don't want to read around y'all anyway.
On TV and I was like,
Yeah. Hey, listen.
Care.
Dev,
That's
Dev,
influence.
Hitachi in the back.
Come on now.
Dev,
Fuck
listen.
that living room.
Dev, listen. All right. Fuck the
Y'all crazy.
living room
Y'all
exists.
crazy.
Whatever.
Hey,
That's cool.
You
But
didn't
check-
use the living room during the
No.
slumber party though.
Check
Y'all
it-
had
listen.
sleepovers.
Oh,
and you got
listen.
the living room.
Oh, you
Bro,
was
you
winning.
ain't having a motherfucker.
You was winning at that point. You was winning.
Listen.
Like
Niggas
the
up
DJ,
front.
like, yo, look.
Hey, we up front now.
Yo, put the radio system on. That shit got 5 levels.
So check me out,
In
right?
the glass case.
Check me out.
Nah, put it on CD.
This is how it's always been, right? In a black community, you know, like I know, we've all lived the same childhood.
Yeah, basically.
Your parents ain't have to be the same walk of life. Your parents ain't have to have the same
It's the setup.
morals.
Yep.
The setup was the exact same.
Yeah.
You had exactly what you had as a black child in America, no matter what.
It was the same shit.
I can talk to a stranger tonight. Hey, man, my mom, she ain't never let me do this, or she ain't never let me. Hey, your mom too, bro.
Man, you
that's
couldn't
me.
watch Harry Potter
Right.
either,
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
Niggas was cutting out all the magic
So
in
shut
our
that
house.
shit up because we
No.
consistent. We consistent as fuck as a people when we choose to be. Because we
Yeah,
get this.
facts.
We get this.
Let's
Listen,
go.
when we choose to be, it
Let's
gets to the
go.
point where it's not even the point. Like, you gotta see that the consistencies in the black community
Yeah.
are embedded within us.
Yeah, absolutely.
With our
Absolutely.
influence, we are embedding the nation. So, the same way that black people suppress the youth until the end of time,
Yeah.
that is going to continue.
That was-
because that's what we grew up on.
That was the same thing that they grew up on.
Yes, they grew up on the point where you don't got shit to say.
Don't nobody
you
want to hear no rap.
Shut your
LL
mouth.
Cool J, the fuck
Think,
outta here.
think about fucking.
Ladies love Cool J's. What kind of name is that?
Exactly.
Hey, listen.
Ladies love who?
Listen, look, more in a more serious light, think about mental health. As a kid, do you have space in the black community to be like, this is depressing me?
Hey, shut the
Never.
fuck up,
Yeah,
nigga.
shut-
You
look, shut your
depressed. You don't pay no bills, nigga. Last time.
Yeah,
You ain't pay no
listen,
bills,
Now I got
nigga.
touched on something.
Listen,
This
tell
makes me
me
sad.
tell me about being depressed and you ain't got no bills to pay.
Hey,
Shut your ass
shut
up.
your
That's
goddamn
fair.
ass
Yeah,
up.
I don't want to hear
What
that.
time you gotta go to work tomorrow?
After you said,
Yeah, you getting up? You going? You going?
Saturday. I
going
think
Niggas going to school. Shut
Yeah.
the fuck up,
Huh?
school
Yeah.
boy.
You put them shoes on your motherfucker. You put shoes on my feet. He be like,
Yeah,
nigga, I'm done.
you going to
He like,
school?
I'm done, I'm
You
out.
going to school tomorrow for free, but
I can't talk
you
to
depressed.
That's the case.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
go
Oh,
straight to
nigga,
bed.
niggas depressed because they gotta do division. All right, nigga. All right.
So
I give you something to be
You going
depressed
straight to bed.
about.
You go like, fuck it, bro. I'm out.
yeah. I ain't got nothing to say. I ain't got a leg to stand on.
I'm out, bro. I'm out. Fuck it.
But look,
I was tripping.
but look,
Everybody-
Hey, I was wrong. All right.
is that not the black community?
But
It
also,
is.
but
Is that,
also,
is that hold on,
but also,
hold
is
on,
that
hold on.
invalid though?
Is that the consensus?
Oh, what's 100%?
All right. So if we drive
Yeah.
everything within the perception of anything social and anything viral, we
Yeah.
control that.
Viral.
But it's going to be based on all of the shit that we grew up on. It's
Yeah.
gonna be like that kind of structure is going to be perpetuated
yeah.
into everybody's space where whether or not they had that as a kid, whether if it's a white kid or not, you're going to see it, but we're going to see it like a residual effect. It's not going to be something that's very prominent. We're not going to see that. But we're going to understand where the kids is not going to be uplifted ever. And then the kids are also going to do the opposite. If I'm not going to be uplifted, fuck you. fuck everything that you got to deal with.
Yeah.
Jay-Z, fuck him.
Fuck him. Yep.
He don't rap like my homies.
Nah.
Damn.
And Jay-Z like, fuck
Hey.
all this, bro. Like y'all don't rap like the people that came before you. You need to be respectful of that.
That's another B.
You see what I'm saying? So
That's
so
a double
all,
B.
so
Kid.
all this
Don't forget
stuff,
about other B.
we have
Winning.
we have
50,000.
we got a war within our own community that will never die. Because you know that when you grow up and you got children, and when you get older and you have children, they not gonna have nothing to say about what we eating tonight.
No, not even.
You're not gonna have nothing to say about what we watch in the living room.
You gotta eat or sleep, bro.
Take
That's
your
it.
dumb ass to sleep, or you take yourself to your own room.
Yeah.
You gotta respect that. But
That's fair.
the new kids,
Putting it
they're
up
like,
at
hey,
9.
I got all this juice. I got this backing behind my
Yeah,
community. We
flexing.
strong. You strong, but you don't have no respect. If we can't respect the people that we birthed, and we can't respect the people that came before us, who are we to say something about how our community moves from here on out? We can't
Well,
even
we
we
don't
can't
even-
even solve this problem.
But we don't really even have a community though.
That's
That's our problem.
because at the foundation
We're broke. We're broken as a community.
Yeah.
That's our problem.
Because at the foundation we have a lot of stuff that we cannot deal with.
Yeah.
We have a lot of stuff that we want to be accepted. How many times your mama be like, "Hey, you can't do this." Why? Ain't no why. I'm your mama. Shut up.
yeah, but that should be respected.
It should be respected.
That should be respected.
But the young kids got logic. We're not talking about logic. We're talking about respect.
Mm-hmm.
Logically, yes, you have your own brain inside your head. I got my brain inside my head.
Yeah.
Your thoughts are valid. My thoughts are valid. Your feelings are valid. My feelings are valid.
Yeah.
We ain't no meeting room for that in the black community. We don't got no time for that. What are you
Yeah.
saying? You're 12. If you're 12, don't come to me. You don't even understand. Your brain is not even.
Well, you
to
don't
the-
even understand the capability of what your parents are providing though.
Exactly. You're not going to understand it, but we also aren't going to understand the younger people because they don't give them the opportunity. We're not going to try.
But we're also broken as a people. That's our problem. That's our problem. Is that we don't have family units.
Why do you think that we're broken?
What do you mean? Why I think we're broken? We have
I'm saying why. Like, what do you think
Because
the
more-
principle is behind that?
because we don't have black fathers in homes.
More than I think it's just like you just said. It's the communication piece.
75% of our children grow up in single parent households,
Yeah.
and that's our issue. That in fact we are broken as a community because of that. It's not incumbent on black fathers or black mothers. It's not. What it is the fact. The issue is the fact that children are meant to grow up with two parents, and they are meant to grow up with a family unit, and we are not giving them that family unit. That's the issue.
Even
It's
outside of just like the family home, I think like as like in the back in the day they had like the neighborhood, right? So
that's
like,
another thing.
So this is how like I kind of grew up. So like my dad wasn't around, but my uncles was there. They taught me
Yeah.
like to change a tire and shit. Like so, I still got it in me, but it wasn't like from my dad. No, but
Yeah.
was it from a black male figure? Yes, it was
But
there.
but that's the
But
thing.
like now
The
it's
community.
kind of broken.
But that's the thing is that because
Yeah,
families
definitely.
are the base structure of a community. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like it's like trying to have an atom without having electrons.
Yeah.
You can't. It don't exist. You know what I'm saying? So you can't have a neighborhood without families.
Yeah.
You can't have a community without neighborhoods.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? So like, and this is the problem when we talk about like you out. Say yeah. This is the problem we talk about. We talk about trying to like when we talk about trying to like deconstruct the family unit, shit like that, right? Like men have to exist in these families regardless, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of talk about this deconstruction of families, right? It's talking about trying to get rid of the male role in
It is.
families.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? It's never like, oh, let's get rid of families in the nurturing aspect.
Yeah.
It's always talking about getting rid of families in the discipline. It's talk about getting rid of the discipline in these families, right? And talk about getting rid of the structure that the male figures that hold it together, right?
Right.
And so you can't have you got taught by male. You happen to get taught by male uncles and everything.
I
right?
realize you're saying like in my family, but
Right,
if it been like
but-
if it wasn't for my family,
Yeah, that's
like,
what I'm saying.
it'd
Like,
been
but
different,
like,
yeah.
imagine how many dudes just grew up around a house full of women. They got their mom, their grandma, their auntie, and XYZ, and they don't know how to be a man. You know what I'm saying? And that's a problem.
To my mom, like 100%, my mom was like, "Yo, you ain't finna sit in this house.
That's what I'm saying.
Go
You
to your
gotta-
uncle's shop." Like I was to sit at the shop, and be like, what the
just
fuck am
sit
I
there.
doing here, bro?
You
And then
gotta
they be
be
telling
around.
jokes. They be like, hey, you want to get a girl? This how you get a girl. I'm like, what the fuck you talking about, bro?
You're like, I'm 9. I don't even know how shit work. What you talking about? Get a girl, bro.
I'm like, go get that wrench. I'm like, what the fuck is a wrench, bro?
what I'm saying,
Come
but
back
you-
with a screwdriver,
but,
bro.
You need,
Driver.
you need that, bro. And like, it's so incumbent upon like, especially around the black community, because we already have the disadvantage regardless,
Yeah.
right?
I
And
see
so
what you're saying.
we have our community even more stripped apart because we don't have, because either the women don't want them there or the men don't want to be there, and it's a problem. And we have children who grow up at a disadvantage because of that, right? If you look at any sort of metric, children who grow up in single parent households are the statistical disadvantage. They have a statistically worse rate of education, rate of intelligence, and all this stuff because they don't get it, right? You look at a child, right? The prime years between 0 to 7, right? You can just pump a child full of whatever. You can teach a child 18 languages between 0 and 7. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they're a fucking sponge, right?
Yep.
But when you take a child and you have them grow in a single parent household, and between 0 and 5, their mom's working 18 hours a day, 16 hours a day. They don't got time. They're maintaining that child. They love that child, but they can't sit here and put extra time and attention into that child. And that's why you have black men graduating with a 6th grade reading level. Because they start behind the curve, and they only lag further behind because they don't get that jump start. Other kids get.
Outside of the educational sponge, it's like an emotional sponge as well.
Facts.
So your mom is coming home, she's working 16 hours a day. Your dad is not in the picture. She be like, fuck your dad, XYZ, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So you're going to be like, well, fuck that dad.
Yeah, fuck that nigga too. Yeah,
So
fuck
then
him.
when you see him, how are you going to have this built
gonna
up,
have
like,
something.
preconceived notion from your mom, which you don't know nothing about because that's just shit between her and him.
Exactly. That's
But
a
she's
different
giving it to
emotional
you. And now you going to his house or you going to see him, and he's like coming to spend time with you. And he's like, nah, fuck this.
Well,
XYZ.
and that's even worse because you get the impression that black men aren't shit, but you're also a black man. So now
Exactly.
you get
Exactly.
now you internalize that you aren't
Exactly.
shit.
Well, and that
That's
to
and,
that.
and so you don't feel bad about being a single father or bad about
Exactly.
leaving a
Yes.
child off
Even
somewhere
more
because
so
you've
than
internalized
just
it.
Single father and that type of and we're gonna wrap it up soon.
We can wrap
but
it up soon.
Yeah, I was just
To
about to say,
that point, man, you think about the level of violence.
Mm.
There's outside influence, but I believe that the level of violence that we are experiencing now is internal.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
It's being internalized in our community.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's coming out in a form that is the most easily accessible way.
Well, violence is the most base emotion. It's the most base form of expression.
And that kind of dives back into like the absence of, because I don't know if you guys are aware, and you all are extremely intelligent, y'all do y'all study, but like kids typically do better when the father's in the home.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
Statistically,
speaking,
on average.
Yeah.
Generalization.
kids do way
Graduate
better.
college, on their own homes, start
Yeah.
their own business, all that. Yeah.
All of that.
All of it.
They do better, like educationally wise, successfully, career.
Yeah.
When they've had a
100%.
father figure, and not just a dad or a sperm donor, but a father figure present.
Yeah.
Statistically, they do way better. And it's nothing against, and we say all of this. It's nothing against black women. It's nothing against single parents, because
Single
at the
parents
end
try
of
their
the
best.
day,
A
like,
lot of
bro,
people
you're
try their best.
doing the best you
A lot of people do the
can
best they can.
to raise a tiny human being
Yeah. And to a
from
functional
that
person.
point into a full-grown person to be a productive member of
Nobody is perfect
society.
raising any kid.
So
100%.
we get it.
can't be.
It's no slight to any single parent, man or woman, father or mother. But the truth is, to y'all point, our community, whether it comes from being single parent, family homes, big mamas, this, that, multiple this. The point is, like, the community in general, as far as our influence globally and within the community, we have to strengthen it.
Absolutely.
We have to take the proper steps to kind of bring us together because we will never. People can throw number at us all day. They can throw the $3 trillion that we spend globally. We can spend. They throw that out all day. The black people spend $3 trillion buying power. Your power is in your. Yeah. You hear that? Don't go out and black out Black Friday. Don't do that. You hear that shit. But the thing about it is, if you haven't been instilled with those ethics and morals internally to say, hey, I'm going to take a stand in this moment, at this time, and going forward, those morals, those ethics, those things that are like ingrained within us comes from where? The family structure.
Exactly.
It comes from our upbringing. It comes from the community, and the absence of the community and everything else that falls behind that, the absence of it, we will, like metaphorically speaking, we will continue to spin our heels and spin our wheels in the muck of everyday society and what it means to be a black person on this planet. We will never progress until we understand that, hey, the crux to get us out of the mud is the pillar, it's that 2x4 of the family.
Exactly.
That gives us traction. That gives the future generation traction to move forward.
I keep hearing family. What is your definition of family? What do you believe? I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying
a two-parent household.
So
what are you solidly believe and say your definition of family is this?
I'll say this. I think family is a feeling. I don't think family is one or two humans.
Yeah, right.
Five or six humans. Well, I don't care what that means. Maybe it's somebody who is going to pour into your life as a child at that early stage and at the later stages, and they're going to continue to worry about your well-being and worry about your mental state. All things considered, like for your life. Like that, like I believe that's important because I don't believe that if you're in an instance where you can be in a 2-parent household and your family structure could be shit.
Yep.
Absolutely. That could be true.
And they could not care about you. You could have no parents. You could be an orphan and just happen to be in a community where you may not even got a foster home. But the people who take care of you for the meantime, those people are grounded. They're rooted. They understand morals. They understand ethics. They understand shit that you need as an adult male or adult female, no matter what it may be.
Yeah.
If they understand that and they're pouring that into you and they're willing to mold you and to grow you, I think that's what family is.
Definitely.
Do you have people that can provide you a backbone, a structure, no matter what your race, religion may be? No matter who these people mean to you, like what they mean to you, who they are for you, are those people going to be there to progress you as an adult? That's really how it is because you know how it gets. Like they're not teaching you how to be an adult in school. Your homies ain't going to teach you how to be an adult.
Hell no.
Your
0% chance of that.
Exactly. Your cousins aren't going to teach you how to be an adult.
Yeah.
You need an adult presence in order to provide you that backbone, provide you that structure. And if you're not being provided that structure, I don't care if you got 6 parents. You ain't got it.
I'm with you, right? But at the same point, like, on a general speaking, right? Who's going to give the most fucks about a child? It's going to be the people that made it. In general, right? We could talk about all day.
As we would like.
I'm saying, let me cook real. Who's gonna give the most energy into a child, right? We could all sit around here and meet an amazing kid, right? You could put an amazing kid in this room. We think, oh man, this kid is great. At the end of the day, we meet him, but like also like you might give him a place to sleep for a couple nights if he needs. But like, who's gonna give the most fucks about the child? It's the people that made it, right? That's biologically speaking. That's the drives in us. From generally speaking, right?
I disagree.
You know, generally speaking, I love black children, right? But I also don't. I'm not going, and I might go volunteer with the kids for a few hours, right? But who's with this kid at 2 a.m. when it's crying? Who's with this kid at 6 a.m. when he needs to get up and go to school? It's the parents. It is the parents, right? And so I think It's who's gonna be with this kid 24/7, 365. You can have outside influence. You can have uncles. You can have brothers. You can have cousins. You can have all these people in this child's life, right? But who is gonna be there at 6:30 in the morning? Shake your ass up. Hey, get the fuck up. There's grits on the stove. Let's go. Let's fucking go. You can't. You can be there when it's fun times. Oh, hey, we playing football. Oh, I done coach football. You know, like I'll be there. I'll be a mentor. Push a kid around. Hey, you get better. Hey, go run some laps. I'll run with you. I'll do push-ups with you. But I can't be with that kid at 6:30 in the morning. I'm not there. I'm at my own house, sleep, trying to get up for work. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, at the end of the day, if men are gonna be present, they gotta be present in the home. You know what I'm saying? And that's the base of the family structure. That's how I feel. And I think all external influences. I love his son to death. His son is my nephew. I love his son like he's my own. I love Noah, right? You know that for a fact.
Facts.
But I'm not with Noah at 6:30 in the morning when he needs to get up for kindergarten.
Yep.
You would know at 6:30 in the morning when you need to get up for kindergarten. You and Liv, right? That's who's with him, right? So, and I love Noah to death, but I'm there when I'm Uncle Nick. It's fun time. It's Saturday. We watching basketball. He in my lap chilling, right? I'm drinking the beer. He in my lap. We grilling. He like, Uncle Nick, come watch this. I love that kid to death, right? But I'm not there, right? So it's like, if men are gonna be present, they gotta be there. And the child is gonna and it's just biologically how we're wired. Is that if the person who's gonna give the most fucks about the child is the person that made it, because you want to see your lineage continue and you want to see your lineage be successful. And so that's how I feel about it.
What's your definition? And then as you
I agree with you, but for me, like being the kid who had like positive male, because I grew up in Atlanta, right? There's like black people own businesses and shit.
Yeah.
Before I left Atlanta, like I didn't even know, like going to other states and you like black people was like, you like what? Like y'all
don't do nothing.
You
don't
don't
get no
own your
gas
own
station?
shit. Black people like, man, like y'all niggas, y'all ain't gonna know who's the manager. The manager is white. Like nigga, what the fuck? But outside of that, I just think it's like the positive male influence for me, right? Because like it was my uncles, it was my teachers, it was my football coach. Like my dad wasn't there. Regardless of what happened between my mom and my dad, like that was their thing.
That was their thing.
But I still had positive male. Like I would go to them and be like, "Yo, I'm trying to do this for prom. Like, what y'all think?" And they were like, "Yo, no, don't." She said, "Wear purple? You ain't wearing purple, bro. What the hell?" You know what I mean? Like literally, like these dudes like influence the fuck out of my. So like, don't downplay. I know you like it's 24 hours. I agree to a certain percent.
I'm not downplaying the externals,
but
it's just they're
like,
wonderful.
Even like I know my second grade teacher. He was only my second grade. He was a black dude, and I was like, as a second grader, never had a male teacher, let alone a black male teacher, and this dude just fucking blew my mind.
You were like, yo,
and I was like, yo, it's a black dude, and he was teaching us math, and I was like, buddy,
I remember my third grade black. It was a Mr. Pennington.
I had Mr. Pennington too.
Yeah, I remember like
mine was Mr. Brown.
This dude smelled of like spice. Like every
he
time
had that musk on him.
He had that smelled of like pepper.
But
like,
you remember him to this day.
But he was very Afrocentric, dude. Even
you remember him to this day.
What's the third grade? I don't know what age that is.
7, 8
or whatever.
9 if you're late. Yeah.
I'm 35. I still remember Mr. Pennington in my school, like as a black man, like he was like the only. So you know, I get it. Yeah. I get it. I get it. Yeah.
So for me, that was Mr. Brown. I was second grade, and then we had Future Business Leaders of America, right? That was our thing.
FBLA.
Black, right? In Atlanta, they're all black. You see these people come, they come talk to you. Mr. Brown set that shit up. We like in second grade, bro.
It's just girls trying to sell weaves.
He's like, what the fuck is going on? He's like, yo, I own the bank over here. I own this Kroger over here. Like all this shit in our own neighborhood. So to me, I was like, yo, as a black man, any fucking thing I put my mind to is fucking possible.
Yes, sir.
Like regardless of like if my dad is there or not. Like these people are. I see these people. They are here with me. They're not like some foreign entity. They're not like on fucking YouTube. They're literally up the street. I could be like, yo, I want to talk to Mr. Green. Mr. Green is the owner of Kroger. Mr. Green comes out, hey, I'm Mr. Green. Like, oh, that's you. Like,
hey,
remember me from elementary? Like, I went to your school one time, bro. Like, I guess, bro. But like, that's why I say don't downplay the outside entity of it.
I would never downplay the outside entity.
I understand what you're saying.
I'm only trying to talk about how integral the internal entity is.
But that's your
I
view.
get
But
it.
from the kids' view, from me, for that shit was monumental to
Yeah.
my whole, like, when
Absolutely.
outside of leaving Atlanta, I swear I did not know how good that shit was for black people.
Absolutely.
And I left, and it was like a Mississippi, Keesler, going to Shepherd. You be like, you call me a what? Boy, what the fuck wrong with y'all, bro? Y'all about to get jumped. Hey, let's go get it. Everybody like, no. I'm like, what?
Wait, hold on.
No, we're not. We're not
Is that
gonna
a thing
jump.
out here? I don't-
So what's your definition? And then you can elaborate on what's a fact. What do you consider what makes up a fact?
I would have to say, based on my own personal experience, I'm more of Jeremy's mindset.
Community. That's what it is for me.
I didn't have my dad. Like, my dad was present up until about 14,
Really?
if I can recall, or whatever. And then, like, literally,
He
I
ghosted.
can't even, like, exaggerate. He just dropped off the map.
That's crazy.
And, like, I knew, like, where I lived at that point in Northwest D.C., my dad was a one bus ride away. I could literally hop on one bus, ride down, probably, you know, with all the stops, it probably take about 20 to 30 minutes, depending on how many people get on. But, you know, it's just D.C., there's a lot of stops in between.
Yeah,
but,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I lived past Howard University.
Yeah.
My dad worked past on the south side of Howard University. So one bus, I could hop on it,
It's like
ride
2
down,
miles.
and I knew exactly where he worked. He was a manager at a shelter, a homeless shelter. You know, a food shelter or whatever. So like when things were great, I'd go down there Thanksgiving, Christmas. I'm spending the holidays. I'm learning to serve the community. I'm serving, you know what I'm saying? I'm helping to cook the food. I'm serving the plates I'm walking around the tables, making sure, helping clean up. Boom, boom, boom. At about 14, 15, dropped off the map.
He stopped working there?
The nigga just left. He left my life. Just dropped off.
insane.
There was no warning.
Damn.
I literally, like, hit my mom up one day. I was at the house chilling. I was like, Mom, I kind of want to go down and see Dad. I hop in the truck. Hopped in the jump. Drove down. Driving, probably about 10 minutes away. Not no shit. Not that far. 10, maybe 15 minutes away. Drove down there. Hopped out. Ran inside. Like, hey, where my dad at? Oh, little Mike. Oh, shit. Your dad he don't work here no more. Oh, all right, well, you know, with y'all? No, he just don't work here. And so I had to kind of leave the shelter kind of dejected. I'm like, man, what the fuck? You know, I went back in the truck. She's like, what's going on? I'm like, Dad don't work there. She's like, all right, okay, well, we'll figure out. Just so happened, when my great aunt lived, not Aunt Pam and him, but my great aunt on my mother's side, they lived here. There was 1, 2, 3 houses, an alley, and an apartment building. He lived in the apartment building. Mom's like, well, let's just go over your Uncle Marshy's house. Cool. Because he lives right there. Went there. Nigga clocked out the apartment. He was like,
That's so crazy.
now my grandmother, his mom, my aunts, they all live in D.C. I spent years, we went over there. Hey, what's up with, come to find out, the aunt, her daughter worked at a hospital. He just left everything, started working at a hospital. And so I'm like, yo, she's like, yeah, your dad worked with me.
What hospital?
I don't remember. One of the Washington General
Was it in
Hospital.
D.C.?
It was in D.C.
Okay.
So I'm like, yo, she's like, yeah, your dad worked with me. I see him all the time. Oh, pass his message. Trying to get in contact with him. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. When I say the nigga just dropped off the map, I gave up.
That's fucking
I had my oldest son. I came back around. Hey, can kind of get a hold of my dad. You know, can you let him know he got a grandson? That was at 18.
Wow.
I had my oldest son at 18. I haven't heard anything from that guy since about, like I said, about 14.
That's
So for me, up until that point, I had my dad, I had a stepfather who my mother was married to, a stepfather, and I had like my mom's ex-boyfriend and his family that considered me theirs. To this day, I can see he lives in D.C. He still calls me his son. His daughter is my little sister.
Yeah.
He has maintained the relationship even with me being in the Air Force, whatever the case
He
is.
still maintained it.
He's like, I'm still here, son. I go over there. I go see him over there right off of Eastover, still in D.C. What's up, son? You need something? Yo, have you talked to your sister? Boom, 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 boom. I've tried for the last 20 years. But the people that kind of brought me to this point was those guys and this man's father.
Yeah.
And that's it. So I get it. Like, you want to have the male, the dad. You want to have him there. But as long as there's like someone
I think
there,
that's what it is, like,
it's like,
positive.
and I'm not. That's not what you're saying.
That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's not what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I get it because I'm 100% agreement. If he is there,
Yeah, exactly.
in
That's the primary role. It's the primary role.
Yeah, the primary role. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's
If you
what
gotta find
want.
auxiliary people, then you gotta find them.
But if that's not, absolutely, you
I
have
feel
those
like you
people
can't
that
take
step
away
in.
from those auxiliary
You know,
No,
the
no, I
person.
I'm not trying to take
Yeah,
away, but
no,
like
I
you
know.
can't like. So you can't like down. I mean, even
I
if
know.
I don't think they know either. Like the auxiliary people, they probably don't even know. Like a coach probably doesn't know until like you come back and you
Later
like,
on,
in the
You
NFL,
don't even
coach,
understand how much you
Yeah.
had an impact on
I got
me.
fucking tears in my eyes. I'm fucking first round draft pick. Yo, here's a check. You like, nigga, what the fuck?
No,
Like,
no,
wait a
no.
minute. Like, exactly. I've been doing it for 22 years. You're the first kid to come back.
Look,
No idea, bro.
And again, I'm not. I'm never trying to downplay the auxiliary people, right? That they're super important. I try to play auxiliary roles in other people's lives, right? But all I am saying is that the primary should be the primary.
It should.
So
And that
so look, look, look.
it would be better if
It
the
should,
primary is
yeah.
the primary.
I think it should be, in what you're saying,
Yeah.
it should be without that type of influence in a child's life,
yeah.
then that child is going to be severely disadvantaged.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We understand that children are raised by a community.
Absolutely.
Period. If they're both kids in the house, you know where I stand when it comes to like street shit.
Yeah.
That shit should
You with it.
That should have shut up. That should have never even entered my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. It shouldn't
Ever.
Same.
I have my dad. My dad is alive tonight with my mom.
Mm-hmm. And home at Texas.
So how did that street shit get into my life? Because you were raised by your community.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
And it's not like, oh, your parents should keep you away from this shit. Your parents shouldn't even allow you to have that stuff. No. This is going to be an influence no matter where you are.
Yeah. Facts.
This is
Linda.
why when
But-
you're in a community, you're a kid. You got your own source.
See,
And
But-
you got your own level of investigative like nature within you.
I was the same way.
But here's
Like I got them.
no. But here's a quick question, right? If you had your dad, right,
Yeah.
and all
Dude.
your homies had their dad,
Yes.
would you think there'd be street shit?
Yes.
You still there'd be street shit?
Oh,
Yeah.
guaranteed.
If you had if you had a solid community, well, again with
It would've been worse.
real businesses,
It'd have been worse.
so you would have like
Continue.
a mob, not a gang, but a mob.
it would've been
a
yes,
mob. You would have had a mob.
I don't got no gang no more.
We got a mob.
I got a mob.
That's I'm okay with a black mob.
It's
Yeah,
organized.
Listen,
we
but
got money
but
and we organized.
But I got niggas in a sense where we had our parents,
Yeah,
but what I tell y'all earlier, the black community suppresses the black child.
Yes.
So when you feel like you have no ownership in anything as a black child, you don't have no influence in anything.
Not in the house.
Not,
You going
hey, the back
outside.
TV. That's all you got.
Yeah,
you got the back TV.
like, yo.
Fuck the back TV. You
Hey,
know what
man,
I'm
that
saying?
Zenith was
Squad,
lit.
back TV
Yeah.
squad.
Yeah, the back TV squad. Yeah, fuck that.
Hey, Zenith was it.
I'm not trying to hang out. Listen,
I had that Panasonic.
you get into the
That
to the-
25-inch?
You get into the realm, or you get into the scenario where I want something that I'm responsible for.
Yeah.
I want something that I have an influence over. I want something that I could have some input with.
Yeah.
And that's how shit like that happens.
Somebody
This is-
understands where I'm coming from.
This is how gangs happen.
Yeah, somebody
This is
understands.
how I should have never been in a gang.
Yeah.
That don't even. It's no reason for me, a young Christian child in a 2-parent household,
And you couldn't watch Harry Potter.
military background, where I should have ever been in the gang. That should have never happened. What I'm gonna be in the gang for? My dad loved me. My dad loved me tonight more than I could even. I can't even produce enough emotion to be able to mimic what he has for me.
He have it for your child.
Or for my child. I can't. I just can't. Emotionally, I'm not that available. I am not that resourceful as far as emotionally. How'd I get in the gang? These niggas was there.
That's fair.
But they cared about me on a different plane.
Yeah.
That wasn't my dad.
Some different shit.
That wasn't my uncle. That wasn't my cousin.
Yeah.
These are some niggas that ain't got nothing to do with me, but they love me.
Yeah.
And they love me tonight.
Yeah.
We ain't got to do nothing. We ain't got to go jump nobody. We ain't got to fight nobody. I don't got to protect them from nothing. But tonight they love me.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
That's how gangs exist. These people have
External
family.
love.
These people have family embedded within them. And they're like, you know what? I don't feel that same level of family in my home.
Yeah.
I want to provide it for somebody else. This is what we're doing. We're just being providers. As the black man, you are a provider. So if you're not providing for your own family, and you ain't got nobody to provide for. That shit is gonna seep out. That's gonna ooze out.
You gotta start finding someone to love.
We can't even seal those cracks up as a black community.
You gonna find somebody to love.
You gonna find somebody to love,
I got
and that's how that shit happened.
opposite story of that. So I wanted to run the streets. I wanted to do this shit.
They wouldn't
And
let
they
him
were-
in the game.
Exactly, bro. They was like, bro, I
They said,
swear to
"Nah,
God,
that nigga is square."
bro, I promise you. They're like, bro, your family, they got shit, bro. Like, your uncles are mechanics. They got a shop. Just stay that lane. Like, I literally was like, I want to hang out with you guys. They're like, nigga, no.
No.
They're like, yo, you can stay, but when the real shit cracked off, they're like, you gotta go. It's like, all right, 10 o'clock, nigga, bro. Like, no, that's cool, guys. Like, nah, nigga, you gotta go, bro.
Bro.
And I honestly, I fucking hated it at the time, but like looking back, like they really looked out because shit could have went left. I could have been at the wrong place at the wrong time on some dumb shit. Like in 10th grade, life could have been fucking ruined on some dumb shit because I was there.
This is my exact same experience, but as a child, I wanted what I wanted.
I was the same.
So if they tell me, hey, what you doing with us, bruh? Like you good at basketball?
I used to get the speeches.
Your parents got all this, bro. Don't do that. You
suck
don't
at
know who my
basketball.
mama is. You don't know what I got going on. Bust your ass.
He's not good at basketball.
But anyway, like all that shit, that's gonna be to the point where these people are still caretakers for their community.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they know what's good for you. They know what's right for
That
you.
was the inception of gangs.
That's
to
why
begin.
gangs
That's where-
exist.
That's what.
Yeah.
That what,
And I didn't
in
know
the
this. I
beginning.
didn't know this as a 12-year-old, 13-year-old
Same.
kid. I'm
I
not
was they
like,
hating on me.
oh,
I
this
was
is
like,
why
bro,
we got. This is why
wanna
we
do
got
it.
gangs.
Well, let me be great. Let me
This
be
for the
great.
kids without
Damn.
daddies.
I
This
feel
for
so bad for
people who
Jim.
got-
Baby, let's go,
Imagine
baby.
he's so lame you can't get in the gang, bro. They said this nigga a
That's
cornball.
me.
Nah,
Listen, bro.
they said, man, yeah, we don't want.
So
Listen,
they let
Hey,
me.
hey, man, we
They let me do shit. It was just a cutoff time. It was like a curfew, bro.
It,
It was like
listen,
10 o'clock, nigga.
me and Jeremy,
Holla, it's like,
me and Jeremy are in the same
They
boat.
both
Be like,
where
hey, it's the
I
real
got-
shit popping.
I
Hey,
could
we
do
smoking
every.
cigarettes now. You
I
gotta
could
go.
do.
Hey,
I could do everything
I
until
seen
it got
shit roll up.
serious.
They're like, you gotta go.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
if
they
it-
cut you out of serious
Yeah,
time.
if it got real,
Oh,
they
easy.
like,
You
they
gotta
like,
go.
Easy.
they like, hey, listen, we finna go
Easy.
do this.
Easy.
Get your dumb ass.
They be like, hey,
gone.
we about to drop you off real
Yo,
quick.
daddy,
I'm
yo,
like, I
mama
wanna
is
go.
here.
They be like, we about to drop you off the
Yeah.
checkers, get something to eat,
Yeah.
go home.
We gonna
I
take
hear
you
everybody say the
home.
next day.
Bruh.
I'm like, what
and
the
then I
fuck?
hear about it, I'm like, hey, why y'all
I
ain't
be
had
trying to
me
talk about it at
there?
work.
Like,
Like,
why
school
y'all-
and shit. Be like, yo,
Why?
I just
Yeah.
got popped.
yo, you
I
heard?
just got a
And
crack.
then this happened?
Yeah.
And then they like, was you there?
Yeah, like, nah,
Hey, listen, man.
bro, I wouldn't.
wouldn't
Hey,
Nice.
listen, I was a suburbs kid. I'm a suburban dude.
I'm a suburban dude.
I'm a suburban dude.
Yeah, no, but look.
We had
Thi-
them same jumps. We used to go through the same thing. They'd be like, even him telling me like, nah, and then I'm like, well, you just don't know how I'm built.
Like you don't
And
know
then it's
how I
like,
feel.
You go home like you hooping, and he started playing. So it was like, bro, we both need to leave this alone. But
That's
like you
exactly
said,
how
what
it go.
makes a family? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think it's community.
I believe it's a little bit of both. I truly, I'm rocking with you.
You
know what I'm
rocking with
saying?
me? Thank
I'm
you.
rocking with you. But it's pieces of the community that need to step in. And I asked that question because all of us sitting here.
It's a good question.
All of us have our different views, and we have different views because we have different walks of life.
Mm-hmm.
Right? No, appreciate it.
I can't hear you.
You gotta get on the mic. Get on the mic, G.
Hold on. I'm
Just get
saying
closer
we got,
so you can.
We got different views, but we all have different walks of life. So You have a different walk of life, even though we spend a lot of time. You have a different walk. You have a different walk. We might have similar ones.
We got
So
the
I
same
say
walk.
that to say this because I'm not a real technical guy. I'm not. I look at something and I be like, all right, I'm gonna try this. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, it's still there. I'm gonna try this.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? Didn't work. I'm gonna try this. And as being an athlete, I'm a competitor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I say that to say this because you know what's going on in our community. You know what's going on in our community. You know what's going on with black male, black females. You know what's going on. Donnell knows what's going on. Rick knows what's going on. Absolutely. My folks just always tell me I get angry because you're trying to save the world. You can't
Facts.
save the fucking world.
Right.
You can't.
Facts.
You can't. You can't.
You got to start somewhere.
And then if I leave it, say you're a kid, I leave with you. You take it with you. Say he's a kid, and you take it to him. You take it to him. You go
sphere
here.
of
You go
influence
here.
grows.
You from Atlanta.
Yeah.
You here. You bring that. I've never seen this. We're gonna get this. Not like Atlanta, but we're gonna get it closer. You take this, and we're gonna get it, and then we might not save the world today, tomorrow, the next generation. We might not say it to 40, but we will. It's possible, because we have all of this knowledge, all this. You know what I'm saying? It's possible, and a lot of things that I hate hearing, and it's partially true. Is you can't.
Yeah.
Shit, you couldn't tie your shoe.
Exactly.
You couldn't swim at one point. You know what I'm saying?
I still can't
you
swim.
Couldn't drive. Damn, I knew you were gonna say that.
you can't give me that layup.
I mean, you didn't fret from it because it was like it was a thing that like, oh well, I can't do it. I'm not tripping on it. I ain't never gotta do it. I can get rich enough. I can get people to drive me around. No, it was one of the things like, fuck it. We buckled down. We got it done. School, athleticism, becoming your own man, becoming an adult. You went through it and you made it happen.
Yeah,
it can happen.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm not saying it's not a feat, but I put that to the back burner. You know what I'm saying? I live in a neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? It's a decent neighborhood, but even when I step outside or do things, whatever, it's people that know people in the neighborhood, and they be like, "Damn, you know that kid? You know how you know that?" I'm like, "Bro, I just be cool with
Around,
him." And the kids come around. You know what I'm saying? Like, boom. Hey, and I see him outside. Like one little dude, he might, you know what I'm saying, be down the street playing with a sister or being too. I'm like, oh yeah, you play with a sister, but you know,
don't do that.
You're a young man.
You gotta watch.
You drop them little jewels when you can drop them.
Yeah,
when you drop them, bro. Drop them, not force it upon them, but you know what I'm saying. You put it in an aspect where they can relate to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a lot of kids, like my nephew Keyshawn, he can't stand it. The kids see me like this. They call me Uncle Lou. He be like, man, nah. But I be pulling them up like, look, bro. You have to understand. They don't have this at home.
Yeah.
They have somebody there, but they don't have somebody that cares.
Exactly.
So it's hard for them not to gravitate to. You know how our family is with kids. Nigga, I ain't gonna lie to you. We can meet a kid and guess what? 20 minutes later, you be like, how the fuck is this little motherfucker? It's so cool with him.
Yeah.
And when you realize that, bro, it's just one of them things. I believe that it's
way.
very possible, bro. Because all of this, all what we have in here today, you know what I'm saying? We might not be perfect. We have our flaws. We have this, we have it, but you have all what your uncle instilled in. You have all what your father, whoever instilled in your father, your step, you know what I'm saying, your stepfather, my father, and I have all what from my brothers, dudes I know from the street, uncles that wasn't the greatest uncles, might have been stuck on the drugs, but you know what I'm saying? They knew in an aspect like I'm not perfect, but you know what I'm saying? I've lived this life long enough to show you like, please don't go down this road. But we all go down a certain, you know what I'm saying? We can't expect it to be perfect, but we can drop these jewels. So, but when these kids, these black men young men go through stuff, they start to remember like, dang, this is not working. But dang, Will told me this. Devin told me this. They told me this. I'm gonna try this, and then that's when it starts to boom.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how I just be looking at stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'll say this, and I don't want to.
We'll close it out here.
Yeah,
we'll close out last statements.
I would say this in closing because I don't want to open up a new can of worms. We got to realize that some of the most influential people in our childhood, they ain't got nothing to do with our family. Because the black child, or the child, not even the black child, I'm going to just say the child, period, is going to gravitate more towards somebody who doesn't have any kind of insight on their own day-to-day. I don't want to hear from somebody who knows exactly who my mom is. I don't want to know from somebody who knows exactly who my dad is, because you feel like as a kid, oh, you know what I'm going through. You know how they act. You just gonna tell me to do this because you don't want
Taking
me to
their
go
side.
against.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You go against them.
You're going against them if you tell me anything else. But if you have somebody, you have a third party. This is why this shit works so well.
Mhm.
This is somebody who has an unbiased opinion on your life. This is somebody who has no influence
Never
on
met
your
your
life.
parent.
They never met your parents. They don't know your parents. They don't know them from Adam. That's fine. But they know principle.
Yeah.
They know logic. They know morals. They know that shit from a foundational standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't do this. You should do this. And this is where you should be. This is where you shouldn't be. You get that kind of stuff from your community. And when you get that stuff from your community, you know how it is. Everybody. Your dad like, hey, don't put your hand on that. It's going to burn. You like, man,
Hey, shut up.
You always telling me shit.
Yeah.
I kind of want to touch that.
Yeah.
Then your uncle like, hey, don't put your hand on that. It might burn. And you like, man, you just said that because you heard my daddy say that.
Yeah.
And then a random nigga's like, hey,
Hey, that's gonna burn,
you
nigga.
was finna do that, bro? That was going to burn. You ain't know that? And you like, oh, word? It's going to burn? You might be right. Why? Why is that nigga right?
It's a great question.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's because
Why-
they
why you
offer
right?
an objective opinion.
Unbiased.
Unbiased objective opinion.
And that's
Even
how
if
it
you don't
is.
get that third guy, when you do touch it, that's when I gotta
You
say,
say,
all that you run-
damn. This
Yeah.
my
Then you
Yeah,
become
they
the
was
third
right.
guy.
Kinda, you know what
You
I'm saying?
become the third guy for somebody.
Yeah.
Oh God, you become somebody.
You the third.
See, you like, please,
You said,
please
listen,
don't do it.
you said if it was anybody other than my daddy and my uncle to tell me that,
I wouldn't
would've
have touched
saved,
it.
I would have
Yeah.
saved myself.
Yeah.
You see it, please.
That's why you do that. That's why our community is
Yeah.
so powerful,
Yeah.
because we have that compassion. We have that drive to want to be that person for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So why we can't do that? Why we can't do that when it comes at the lowest level or the highest level? We're not trying to save people from killing other people or killing themselves. I want to save them from making small, minimal
Base
mistakes.
level.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to have to do that.
Burning stoves.
That's how parents are, and that is your role as a parent to stop your kid. You don't want your kid to be able to do that. They're not gonna listen. And I
Parents
had-
are
and listen-
influencers.
Yeah, you're an influencer, but all you're doing is you're putting the bug out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your bug and that little bit of information that you're going to give to your child, it will be solidified by somebody else.
Yeah.
But it has to be solidified by somebody else.
Yeah, it has to
because
be
that's the way
from a
that
great community, yeah.
from the curiosity of a kid.
In the home versus
they're-
out the home.
Yeah,
That's what I
in
feel
the
like,
home versus
definitely.
out the home, it doesn't matter. They're going to want to know. Do you feel that way? You ain't in my house.
Yeah.
You think,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
think
Exactly.
that's the same way?
Yeah.
And they like,
Yeah,
they
nigga,
like,
of course the stove burned.
They like, duh.
Yeah, duh.
It's not. Why would you touch
Why?
that?
Yeah.
My daddy
Yeah.
said.
It almost feels like it's like my dad made the stove hot. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's like my dad made the stove
Yeah,
hot so we
yeah.
can be right. That's how
my,
I feel.
my daddy set me up. Like, no. Listen,
on, bro.
He
so
wanted it to be hot, so
so-
I burned myself.
So in summation of all of that,
Yeah, go for it.
if we're talking about going back to the foundational piece where
Yeah.
we feel like the mom and the dad, foundational pieces of the home.
Yeah.
That is true. But the community, if the community is not there to back and to echo all of those points that your parents make or just one parent makes, then that is how you failed children. That is how you fail black children.
I'm with you.
So as us, as the community, as we are the guys who we feel like we can be that third party for any black child. I coached a high school basketball team. He know that he was there often.
Yeah. That's with those kids.
I got to be there. And I can't be there as just like, hey, I know more basketball than you. Like straight up. Because,
you was
because
the nigga that was the coach that was dunking on him too.
I was busting their
Oh,
ass.
busted that little big ass white kid. You was fucking him up, bro, for no
Fucking
reason.
you up. because I don't want you to get into a position where you feel like you can disrespect somebody that's older than you.
Yeah.
There.
Are you crazy?
Lessons.
Are you
Lessons
crazy?
Niggas hit
being
him with an
learned.
arm bar and
Are you
everything.
crazy?
Oh yeah.
If I sucked at basketball, I'm busting your ass. Just
That's
out
what
of
I
the-
was doing because
the
I suck
gro-
at basketball.
The grown man strength in me
You still gonna
is
put
like,
it on and
I'm going to find a way to bust your ass to show you. Respect me.
right.
I just happen to be blessed by Jesus to be good enough at basketball to where I can beat all these high school kids no matter what level you on. If you're going to Rutgers, you going to Gonzaga,
Yeah.
or you going to Texas Lutheran,
Yeah.
I'm killing you. Oh God.
Busted ass
Yeah,
out here.
I'm gonna destroy you. Only to teach you a lesson. Don't fuck with me. Not because it's me. Because I'm
there's a
here.
lesson to
I'm
be
here to
learned.
impart something into you. I'm your
Respect.
coach.
That's
Respect your coach.
That's respect.
You know how to always the people. This what used to destroy me, right? Oh, how could he say that? He never played NBA basketball. How can he talk about
That shit.
How could he
I-
talk
I-
about-
Nephew say that. I was
How
like,
could he talk about Tracy McGrady like that? This man has covered basketball. He knows what you're supposed to do. He not comparing you to himself. He comparing you to your peers. Amongst your peers, you stink. Yeah.
Ew, gross. Stop
Right?
turning the ball
Right?
over in the last minute.
Not to me. To me, you nasty. You great. But it's not about me. The NBA is not judged on my perception. The NBA is judged on the perception of you amongst your peers.
Yeah.
So, hey, objectively, amongst your peers, your ass. Sorry, son. You're going to have to get better or you're going to have to leave. That's all you need in your community. Somebody who is going to be objective of you in your life and in your lifestyle amongst your peers to be able to give you an adequate perception of what you got going on around you.
I got you.
Nick, let's go ahead.
Period.
All right, I got you.
Nick, what you got?
All right.
We'll keep it going around the room.
I'm gonna come off of his point, right? But to that guy, right? To your dad, right? And your uncle, right? So you're your dad's son. Your uncle
Your
got a
daddy's
son. You your daddy's son. And that third guy,
Your mama's son.
and that third guy, that objective guy, has a son, right? And for that third guy's son, your dad's that objective guy. You know what I'm saying? So, and this is how community builds. It's a spider web. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, I think the brief for me is like, you gotta talk, right? Like, so what we say, right, is like, for that, your dad says, hey, don't touch the stove, it's hot, right? And you need that third guy to confirm it. But that initial point was your dad telling you, hey, the stove's hot.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And you like, man, shut up, Dad. You don't know what you talk about. But you need that third. But if your dad didn't tell you the stove was hot, and it's just that third guy, that random dude telling you, hey, man, stoves is hot, you'd be like, nigga, who are you? Who and what? Yeah. How you
know my
get?
stove?
How you get in here?
You touch my stove?
You walk looking at my window.
My mama ain't saying anything about the stove. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So it's communities are a spider web of primary internal information and secondary external information to confirm the primary internal information. And while we are all teaching our children primary things, we as a community are externally confirming them as a secondary source that yes, your parent is right. And you don't know how right your parent is until you older, and then you got to be the one trying to confirm. And you like, and your son look at you like, man, you don't know, like, bro, I'm 30 years old. The stove is hot, bro. Like, trust me, the stove is hot. You know what I'm saying?
I just boil this water. Matter of fact, the stove ain't hot. Let me throw this water on you. Never know the stove. How about that?
Now you know
How
it's
about,
so,
let's just get this to
I
that
done
point.
touched 100 stoves.
yeah, they was all.
This the new one.
You don't go be the first nigga to touch the stove and shit ain't hot.
This one ain't hot.
Yeah.
Touch it. Go ahead.
So, but for me, that's really the perspective, right? Is that if we are going to be men in our community, you need to be the primary source for somebody. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be an external, secondary source. You gotta be the primary source for somebody, and sometimes it's a thankless job, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Sometimes you don't get no love. Me and my dad beefed all the way till I was 24 years old.
Me and my dad, we beef tonight.
Yeah, I beef with my dad until.
happens.
Yeah, you just be beefing. I was beating that nigga at golf since I was 13, bro. Fuck, you can't tell me shit. You know what I'm saying?
About this golf
You
shit.
can't tell me nothing about this golf shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? So me and my dad we've beefed since I was from ages 9 through 24. We were beefing. You know what I'm saying? But now I understand his perspective as a man. You understand? I understand.
Right.
I understand what he was trying to impart in me. And while it was thankless at the time, it
found its place.
it was immeasurably important. You understand?
True.
So that's what I'm saying. The secondary shit, the confirmation, the people external to confirm that your parents are right, also incredibly important, right? But you need that primary source, and that's what I'm gonna say.
That base.
That's
understandable.
that's what
So
I'm gonna
so
say.
At the end of the day, shout out Mike Lyles.
Shout out Mike
He
Lyles.
the GOAT.
Yeah.
Shout
I
out
forget what
all
your
those.
dad's name is.
Orlando.
Orlando. Oh yeah, shout out Orlando,
Same
widowed
dude.
senior.
He ugly, but
He don't look nothing like his dad. He look just like his mama, bro. He don't look
Nothing like
nothing.
my
Yeah, bro. His dad look kind of like him, but just bigger.
If
Yeah,
that,
bro.
If that was my dad, you'd be like, "Hey, that makes sense."
Yeah, bro. His dad's a big ass powerlifting nigga, bro. From nigga squat 600 pounds. He wild, bro.
Oh yeah,
You don't even see that in him.
Yeah, you just like, oh, y'all don't.
His
I
dad-
don't even know. You just know this nigga.
Yeah, that's a donor, bro. If you were sitting next to that nigga at Walmart, I'd be like, hey man, he in line next, or like, what's up?
This the milkman.
But anyway, go ahead, Brody.
Jeremy, you got it, baby.
Finish it out,
Shout
Brody.
out secondary, third, primary.
Second and third.
Tertiary
Everybody.
niggas, quadriary
Shout
niggas.
out to everybody.
Shout out
Yeah.
Team
But now that you
Tertiary
explained
Daddy.
it like that, I understand because there was a certain point when I was in high school and I kind of like seen / felt it like my cousins weren't really fucking with my uncle, but like it was like my uncle was like kind of like my dad. I was like, yo, why you ain't fuck with this nigga? This nigga cool as fuck. They're like, this nigga lame as shit, bro. I'm like, bro,
Hey, fuck
are
y'all.
y'all serious, bro? He's dropping jewels. Like, this nigga lame, bro. I'm out, bro. I'm like, y'all gonna leave him up here? This nigga cool as shit. I hang out with this nigga. I'm drinking beers with him. I'm 18 and shit. They're like, why you drinking beers? I'm like, cause y'all call them lame, bro. You think I'm cool as fuck?
That's your best friend, bro. That's this nigga. This nigga is his best friend with his
I got
uncle.
a 42-year-old best friend. I'm 18, bro.
Niggas cooling, drinking beers.
But now that you said that, I think about it. Yeah, you're right. So I think, without those primary, it wouldn't be a secondary or a third or anything
Yeah.
else.
They
So
don't even have a position.
I agree. I totally understand that. My second point is like, learn from mistakes other people did. Like even
Facts.
if that's something I've always done as a child, even growing up, even when I was trying to do the thug shit, and they were like, nah, bro. They were like, it's not for you.
Let that shit die.
And then I seen
'Cause
people
I'm a
going to
thug.
jail. You seen people like not coming home, going like in a box in jail, like either box. You know, it's not fucking working out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn. Thank those people who was like trying to push me away from that shit. Cause me, I was gonna go full in. I'm like, yo, 100, like what I gotta do, what I gotta wear. I'm trying to buy this pistol. They're like, nigga, sit the fuck down, bro. Ain't nobody doing any of that. Bro.
He said pistol.
Yeah. Yeah. Where's Ricardo at? We trying to buy some drugs. Like, nigga, no.
Jerry pull up with a revolver and they say, get this weird ass nigga up out of here, bro. They got
A Nissan Sentra, rolling over the Nissan Sentra and a 6-shooter.
Jeremy got the Dillinger.
bro, the forensics team was like, why these bullets from 1890? What the fuck is this?
Oh, this will be easy to trace.
Still living that motherfucker.
This will be easy to trace.
These were
Was
on
this a musket?
What the fuck was that?
Actually
Damn.
stone
Hit somebody though. I'm telling you.
from the museum.
These
on a
were
school trip.
These were 1999 for 200 at Dick's Sporting Goods.
Hey, were these the Bloods? Nah, these was the Redcoats, nigga.
From a school field trip though.
For real.
Yeah, bro. They
I
was
bought-
missing these at the Smithsonian.
I
How'd you
bought-
even get
I
these?
bought these from Colonial Williamsburg.
And he went straight to Williamsburg for them Jones.
That shit's weird, bro. That's
Yeah,
a weird city, bro.
Fucked up. Fuck
They-
Colonial. Listen, if we can end this, can we end this podcast on fuck Colonial Williamsburg?
Hey, fuck Colonial Williamsburg.
First of all, I would not go that far, sir. Okay.
Fuck. Listen,
I
listen.
love Busch Gardens. Okay.
Oh, you a bush
I,
dog.
Wait,
Somebody say
talking
Bush.
about that. Yo, hold on, see?
Hey, listen.
Come on, let's wrap this
About to
up.
get wrecked.
I would-
This
I'll
nigga
say
out
this.
here drinking ginger beers.
Listen, I will rock with Colonial
0%.
Williamsburg. I will rock with Colonial Williamsburg if they did one thing, and if they just had runaway slaves in the middle of it to come up and fuck with
Bro,
white
first
people.
of all,
I would love. If they said,
now,
"Hey,
that would be
sir,
hilarious.
help me,
But
master."
back then,
If you
when I was a kid, that would be terrifying.
if you
That
had
would be the realest
niggas,
shit you saw.
if you had niggas like, oh,
Saw
you
walking
like,
up on white people like, y'all motherfuckers had niggas running across this goddamn.
that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Look,
I can't
look,
do
could you
that.
imagine like, oh yeah, saltwater taffy. Oh look, a log cabin. And if nigga just ran up on you, oh, you know the thing, you know where the railroad's at.
Can you get me out of here?
I mean, you saw. You be like, oh
They like, I
shit.
don't know for sure how I'm supposed to.
If
That
Thelonious
would
Williams was,
be no, nigga. Now you talking about like a
go
goddamn
to the right, go to the right.
Halloween.
Get us
The
out.
if
Halloween
Colonial
fest,
Williamsburg was
that
like
terrifying.
They've been,
I fuck
they've
with
been
it.
historically correct, I guess.
exactly.
Shut up,
Historically,
Amber. She
So what
said
you got, bro?
the most boring and whitest amusement park around.
yeah. Fuck Busch Gardens.
Fuck
That's
Busch
not
Gardens.
the boring most.
Yeah,
white
King's.
amusement
Hey,
park.
hey,
It
King's
isn't.
Dominion for
Never.
life.
King,
King's Dominion for life.
Panera is the
Hey.
whitest boring.
Alright, fellas,
King's
look.
Dominion doesn't have slaves.
Yeah. Just servants.
Y'all wow. The crazy thing, I want y'all to realize this. Everybody dropping dimes, jewels.
OJ
works,
came here
bro.
on the soapbox. He brought the box out, bro.
This
I appreciate
started.
he brought the big
'cause
box.
We
I love
started.
it.
We started talking about buds, and just see how the conversation.
We started talking about Kwame Brown.
No. I mean, when we got to this point right now, started out was talking about buds, and then we it's crazy how if you allow a conversation to mature and matriculate, where it can take you. You know?
Yeah.
That's why this whole thing that we got going on is so great. It's so dynamic. It's so awesome. Y'all make fun of me because I say it every week. Being in a room full of black men
Let's go.
is awesome. Because this is the knowledge that we are able to impart. We may, to your point, we may not necessarily understand it at this moment in time. But once this is out there, internet, for the world to see, it can never disappear.
No.
And so we had no idea 5 or 10 years from now, someone may possibly come across this. A show like today, listen to it all the way through, and hear like what it means to be black in America and a blueprint to kind of get us to that next level.
Yeah.
That's why this show is dope. That's why black men are dope. And it's nothing against anyone else. It's just that, we have created something great and we are fully committed to it, and that's awesome. I appreciate every last one of y'all coming here tonight, man. Solid content.
Sorry for the banter.
Nah,
Hey,
that's
look.
all banter.
It happens.
That's
That's a part of
Cover
it.
content.
That's what made it. What I tell y'all before we started, I said, yo, if we kind of run on the topic here and there, and if it lasts a little bit longer than normal, we gonna ride. We gonna rock with it until the wheels fall off.
Listen here, Jackie. This mouth is like Tyler Perry for colored girls.
All right, don't let him start. Please. Please.
All right, speedster.
All right, go.
So
Dev,
look.
get us out. Please.
Yeah, exactly. So look,
Escape us, Dev.
man, we are. Ooh, we coming up on
super
3
over,
hours,
but yeah,
man.
let's go.
But
I'm trying to go to
again,
Checkers so
I
bad.
appreciate everybody, every last one of you all, man, for being here. Uncle Lou Jr., Underground Mayor, DC. Darnell was
Let's
here a little
go.
bit while ago. He had to bounce. Ricky popped in for a little bit. But y'all fellas, man, being here tonight was special, awesome, appreciate it. This is episode 99, I believe.
Ooh, 100. We got to be here for 100.
It could be 98 because there was like some issues with like the episode numbering, so
I'll
we
be
could
back
be
in
on
2
that.
weeks.
But it's either 98 or 99. I gotta talk to Rick and figure out where we at right now.
Ask him.
But
Let me know.
either way, I appreciate y'all fellas being here, man. I'm in the hot seat, and I appreciate the hot seat, man. What the fuck? I'm in the hot seat. Where was I going? I don't know. But
Flame had to read those somewhere.
right, it's hot Doritos.
Put
we
some oil
talked
in
about
here, put some
earlier,
oil in
here.
and
Flamin' Hot
other
Fritos.
things, man. But look, appreciate y'all for being here once again on this Friday night. Let's close it out. Uncle Lou Jr. got some words of inspiration, but other than that, though,
I think I had words of inspiration. Nah, anyway, I wanted to say I got a couple people to follow this podcast. A lot of people watch it. I mean, they don't really chime in, but like when I get to work in different spots, they always, comment in. And they be like, oh, you don't be there that much. And for one, I'm working.
Right.
For two, this is why you tune in. You heard everything going around. This is why you tune in. You feel me? You never know what's going to happen, what's going to be said. And it's always something here that somebody might need or might need to hear or been going through something
Yeah.
that, you know what I'm saying, you might need that pickup. Like you said, we had banter and everything, but you heard everything these men said today, and when we had women here also, like it's always something you could pluck something from it every week. So don't stop watching, man. Keep tuning in, and you know what I'm saying. And if y'all watching or commenting, if y'all got any questions, any type of like challenge, anything y'all trying to see, hear, or hear us talk about, man, write it. Give it to us. We check this. We check the page. Don't think we just be over here just like we not that big time. And even if we did, like we check it. So you know what I'm saying?
We still pay someone to do it for us.
Yeah.
If we had the means to do it. We want to hear from the public.
Yeah, we definitely do. So you know what I'm saying? Anything you're going through, men, women, black, white, Hispanic, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Write us, we'll talk about it, or you could, you know what I'm saying, you could put your input in, man, as you can see, you know, we love it. So, you know what I'm saying? Awesome Jerry Springer type jump, man. Take care of yourselves and each other, for real.
Yeah.
That's real talk out here.
Hey.
Salute to another show in the books.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all, fellas.
Hashtag reclaim the noose.
Appreciate the
Laredo
public.
necktie, baby. Laredo necktie.
On that note, we out.
Yes, sir.